Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to the Den Creative Live. I realize now I did not push play on my music, which we can't have that, right? Make sure it's not too loud. How are you guys today? Hope you're doing well. Okay, so we are here in the nick of time. I got everything done I needed to get done. So let's see who all we have here so far. We've got 6 people and 9 likes on the video. Thank you so much. That does help me in the algorithm. All right, and we've already got a nice little donation list going. So let's see who all is here. We've got Claudia, we've got Hudda, if I'm pronouncing that right. We've got Brianna, we've got Gitaleka, Katie R, Cheyenne, Burma's here, and Vicky Downey, Swaroop Bobby is here. Ethan's here. Hello, Ethan. All right, so I hope you're all doing well. Good to see you all. And again, yes, we are here early for Woo Woo Wednesday because, again, my kids are in baseball 4 nights a week. We're at baseball games and practice, and some nights baseball game for one and practice for the other, or a game for both of them at the same time. It's a whole thing. So instead of just totally canceling my Woo Woo Wednesday live stream, I figured, well, I could do it during the day while they're in school. Even though I do kind of miss out on a day of filming, Wednesday is a regular filming day for me, where I take the first half of the day to film, and then the second half is normally reserved for personal readings, which I have one later today. So I have to make sure that I have, I'm live, and then I have enough time that I'm closing out the live before my personal reading that I have today. So I hope you're all doing well. You have class in 20 minutes. No worries. I think I can be able to handle it, or if we get real out of hand, I can always ask if anyone else if they want to help out. So yes, we've already got a nice little donation list going, and how it works here, if you're new, go ahead and let us know that you're new here so we can shout you out. But how it works here is on the Sunday and Wednesday show. There's our list. Okay, so on the Sunday and Wednesday show, what I do is I give the donations priority. So if you donate, you are guaranteed a reading today. So we will get you on that list. But if you're here for a free reading, we kind of play it by ear as far as kind of gauging when I have to go. If we do run out of donations before I have to go, that's when I open the floor for free readings. Sometimes we make it to free readings. Most of the time we don't, because the donations keep coming in, and a lot of times I'm here longer than I wanted to be, but at the same time, it's all working out in divine time, because I say, okay, I'm going to be live for an hour, and then an hour and a half later, I'm finally wrapping up. But, you know, I kind of give that padding of time so that I know I have enough time to wrap up anything that needs wrapped up. Otherwise, if you're looking to get your questions answered for free, the best chance for that is on my Saturday live stream, where I do what I call the free question mosh pit, where you'll have anywhere between 5 and 10 chances for you to post your question. Again, it's kind of a lottery style, but more the lottery winner is chosen by spirit, by my guides and angels directing me intuitively to select one of your questions. And I offer between 5 and 10 rounds of those free question mosh pits on my Saturday show. So if you want to do that, you can always subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the Saturday show. And I just kind of randomly call out those free question mosh pits on the Saturday show. But again, today, if we run out of time, or we run out of donations in time and I still have time, that's when we will take some free questions. So could be yes, could be no. I'm not 100% sure, but it's just all about the energy exchange, and everybody who is donating is exchanging energy with me. So in return, I want to exchange and give that goodness back to them, basically. And just so you know, all of your lovely donations do go to help my mom, whose house burned down in July of 2019, and she's still living in a little camper. And I'm hoping with all of these donations that we can get her out of that camper. Of course, the building prices have gone skyrocketed, because a deck that would have taken you $930 to build in 2020 is now $3,600 to build in 2021, because who knows why, inflation and just craziness. I don't know. Supply and demand, but building prices are skyrocketed. So she may be waiting a little longer than we had anticipated. But in the meantime, we did already buy her a fridge and a sectional couch and some other stuff that she's accumulating and being able to store at my grandma's for the time being. So thanks to all of you. And also, if you are looking for free reading, what I do kind of at the beginning, I'll either do a collective reading or I will pull one card for everybody who's here that wants one, which that's what we're going to do today. And this is the deck we're going to be using, one I never pull off my shelf. Burma may be rehoming this one for me, and on the back of the deck there, it does say $21.99 US dollars. So maybe if I can find another one off my shelf, if this one resonates with you, Burma, I don't even know. This may not even be one you want. But these are, it's called The Oracle of E by Pam Grout and Colette Baron-Reid. And normally I love Colette Baron-Reid's deck, the decks that she's involved in and makes. But this one, I bought it and I just have never pulled a card for myself, never pulled it off my shelf, but I did buy this with like 6 or 7 other decks all at once, so maybe that's why. But just seeing it over on my shelf all lonely and sad, it's not right. It's not right to just leave this poor thing on the shelf. So Burma may be getting this deck, we're not sure. But what we got here is the Oracle of E. So if you would like a card pulled from this deck for you today, and again, if you had some specific question in mind that you're not sure if you're going to get that answer for free or not, maybe you could apply this message to that question. So if you would like me to pull you a card from this deck, put 3 capital E's, so E. That will tell me you would like a card from this deck, and I will definitely pull a card for you today. And then after that, we're going to get right into our list and start tackling that awesome donation list. And thanks again already, you guys, for your lovely donations. Thanks so much. So Linda, you are the first EEE that I am CEEing. That was dumb. I apologize. All right, Linda, we've got hairball. And like I said, I have no idea what this even means. We've got the number 41 here. So there is this element of change going on. I'm actually going to pull out the card, the book, and read what the heck does hairball mean. It says, uh-oh, small little tangle. No big deal. Last thing you want to do is get your knickers in a knot. It will all smooth out as soon as you stop. Take a big deep breath and realize it's time to hand it off to the universe, the dude to the rescue. Move aside. So anything that you've been stressing and struggling over, maybe I could have, if I just felt into that a little longer, I probably could have figured that out. But just not stressing over the things that you can't really control in this moment and just really giving it to spirit. So there is your, yeah, these are funny, actually. I love that. Hopefully I won't have to get the book out again because I usually can intuit the information pretty easily. That one card, though, was a little tough for me. Okay, so that was Linda's card. Let me scroll back up. You guys have been busy. Okay, Brianna. Let's get a card for Brianna. Here it is. We've got Time to Fly with the Master number 44. I love that. So this is all about you just taking that leap of faith, knowing that the time is now for you to take any action that you've been maybe dragging your feet on or thinking, am I ready? Now is the time. You are ready. You know, are we ever really ready for anything in life? The answer is usually no, but we sometimes just have to take that action, take that leap of faith anyway, and that's your guidance. Oh, I am thirsty today, man. Okay, and also that Master number 44 is all about stability, building a solid foundation, support from others in your life, your guides, angels, crossed over loved ones, having your back. So such a beautiful supportive message in just the number 44 alone. So Ethan wants a card. Ethan's card is Wrecking Ball with the number 46, which adds up to a 10. You're at the end of one cycle and coming into a new cycle. And this almost does look like some sort of meteorite or something coming in hot. So really what I'm getting from this card for you, Ethan, is just anything that's not serving your highest good. You're taking like a jackhammer, wrecking ball. You're just knocking it all down. This is kind of a tower moment in your life. But to me, this feels like a very, like a purposeful tower moment. One, you are taking detonating building 7. Take that as it resonates, but you are detonating this on your own. This is something you are in control of, and deciding to kind of, could be a habit, could be a belief system, a thinking pattern that you're trying to knock down. Okay, Michelle Lynn, hello. Michelle Lynn wants a card. We got brand spanking new, and you're at the end of that cycle. You are wrapping something up. So recently or very soon here, I am seeing there may be a job opportunity that you're really excited to apply for, or that you're thinking about it. This feels like something new. Like either you just heard about it maybe within the last 24 hours or something. Very soon here, you will find out some new energy coming in hot for you, Michelle. All right, Cheyenne wants a card. We have for you Bunny Hop Jive. So to me, there's a number 4 here, all about stability, support, all of that. But to me, this is a really fun energy as well, kind of like that hairball card we got. But to me, this is just like dancing, just putting on some good music and dancing, just allowing the energy to flow through you, lighthearted, happiness, laughter. Like this is the vibe I'm really getting from this card. So allow yourself to have some fun, Cheyenne. Okay, so Vicky wants a card. We've got here Magic Carpet for Vicky and the number 42, which adds up to a 6. So this really, to me, feels like you visualizing your deepest desires, your dreams, the things you want to manifest, those goals that you have that maybe seem very far away. Allow yourself time to really feel into the energy of what this means, how you would feel if this happened in your life, how you would feel if you attained that goal or that wish or that desire. How would it make you feel? Because your feelings are kind of the first step you can take to really bringing yourself into alignment with what it is you want. So awesome energy there for you, Vicky. All right, Burma wants a card. Okay, what do we have here? I think Burma gets 2 cards. We've got Time to Fly with that Master 44 again. So the time is now to take some action. And we do have the number, or the word heartbeat with the number 49, which 49 adds up to 13, which adds up to a 4. So basically you've got a 44 or a 444. So you may be seeing the number 444 a lot, or just can really start to feel very soon here your guides and angels are pulling real close to you to really help you start manifesting what it is you want. And I do feel with this Time to Fly that this kind of weird kind of timeout, stagnant energy you've been in is about to shift for you. You know, that saying like, I do that in a heartbeat. Like that's what I'm getting from this heartbeat card here, but also I'm taking this as kind of heart chakra energy. So maybe doing some heart chakra, clearing heart chakra meditation will really help you get back on track with where you want to be. All right, Jasmine Ridley wants a card. Okay, we got 2 cards for you as well. Wow. We've got here Everything is Beautiful with the number 32. So big changes coming, but you're going to see some beauty within those changes. And also X-ray vision with the number 2. So partnership, wanting to come together with someone. 2 is also the breakdown of the number 11. So awakening to your spiritual gifts, your psychic ability. And because we're talking about vision here, this could be clairvoyance that's coming online for you. But you are seeing the world in a more beautiful light, where maybe things felt heavy or toxic or stagnant. You've shifted that focus, and now you're really seeing the beauty in even the things that kind of annoyed you before. You're starting to see the beauty in that coming up. All right, Swaroop Bobby wants a card. We've got here Time to Fly. Wow, it must be a collective energy because this is the 3rd time this has come out today, and you're seeing me shuffle these cards, so you know that that is coming out hot. It just really wants to be known today. Again, support, stability, guidance from those guides and angels, and anything that you're trying to take that leap of faith on, you will build a solid foundation, something this is going to last and create financial abundance in your life. All right, Adrian wants a card. All right, Adrian, bring it with the number 11. So again, there's that awakening. You are awakening more to your true authentic self. You're bringing more of that higher self or that soul aspect online, and you're ready for it. Whatever the universe has to throw at you, you are ready. And even if you don't feel that way right now, over this next week, that's what I feel. You're ready for whatever comes. But to me, it's almost like I keep saying this a lot in my lives or on my pick a card readings. Not letting life happen to you, but letting life happen for you. And you're stepping more into this letting life happen for you mentality. Okay, so Katie R wants a card. Okay, we've got here Over Your Shoulder with the number 10. So closing out one cycle, ready to start something new. And Over Your Shoulder, I'm actually reading this. I initially was like, oh, you have to keep looking over your shoulder to check your back, like make sure no one's gonna stab you in the back. But then Spirit's like, no, that's not how we're taking this. It's almost like, when you're about ready to go on a trip or something, you put that backpack or that knapsack over your shoulder and you're ready to start something new. It's like you're only bringing along for the ride the things that are absolutely essential, because you can only fit so much in that backpack, especially if you're just not wanting to, if you're getting on a plane, you don't want to check a bag, you just want to have a carry-on and just go about your merry way without having to wait. So basically really examining your priorities is what I'm getting from that card for you. All right, Get to Leka Ray wants a card. Let me get these shuffled up for you. Get to Leka Ray wants a card. Here we are. We've got here a magic carpet. Again with the number 42, which is that unconditional loving energy. So really connecting to your own higher self and taking yourself on a magical retreat as far as just checking in with your own manifestation desires, your goals, your wishes, your dreams, whatever it is you're wanting to create in this world. Just know you have the power to create what you want. Again, the He-Man energy, I have the power. You do, you really do. And of course, when we are in kind of this stagnant energy or really overwhelmed with life, we can forget a lot of times that we do have that ultimate power in our lives, and sometimes we just need to take a break. I don't know if it is possible for you, Get to Leka, to be able to take a vacation day or to take just one random day off of work to really just spend with yourself. But that would be really beneficial if you could spend that day just really checking in with yourself and what it is you want to create. Okay, up next, all these E's, yes. All right, so let me just make sure where we're at on the list. It jumped from me. It jumped away from me. Okay, so we got them. We got that. Let's see. E. Okay, Earthy Deva. Anna wants a card. Let's get a card for Anna. Oh, it flew right out. We've also got magic carpet. So this is another theme energy here, is just taking a moment, taking a day to just really check in with your goals, your wishes, your desires, your dreams. And a lot of times taking stock in where you're at now and then where you want to be, and then kind of seeing what you need to do to bridge the gap between that. And it's not like you need to know every single little step of the way, but just to kind of know maybe some checkpoint marks along that path, kind of almost like a connect the dots picture. Like even with the dots all lined out, you can kind of see a rough outline of what the picture's gonna look like, but then you start connecting those dots line to line, and it really starts looking or working out, and you're like, okay, wow, I can really see this coming together. So that's the energy I'm getting for that for you, Anna. Okay. You see 444 all the time. I mean, all the time. There you go. There's just their validation that Spirit is saying, trust, have faith that everything is working out, even if you feel really a little nervous about what's going on with the just the financial situation or the job situation. Just have that faith. Keep the faith. You will be taken care of. The universe has not let you down yet. You are still here. You are still thriving. All right, Swaroop Bobby. I thought I did yours. Yeah, I know I did yours. I thought I did. Let's see. Yeah, I'm seeing people repeat. Maybe, I don't know if my live is cutting out. Let's just see. Let me scroll down a little and see if we've got some other. Because all the E's I'm seeing are repeats of people I know I've already done. XF, I know I haven't done yours. Okay, XF. So, because I do see a couple repeating E's and that I know I did. I could have sworn I did Swaroop Bobby, but I know I did Get to Leka Ray. So XF, you've got live wire with the number 35. So this is when that wire is live and it's sparking and it's ready for action. And again, 8 is that number of action. So you are ready to take action on something that maybe has felt stuck or stagnant, or maybe you've been taking action, but things really haven't been moving forward. This is letting you know things are finally going to start moving forward. And because we've got a triangle kind of formed here, there may be 3 people involved, you and 2 other people that you're trying to collaborate or make something with, or to, you and 2 people doing something together, even if it's just hanging out as friends and just catching up and taking a day off to just catch up with each other, something like that. But it's actually going to fuel you for a future project. Okay, so just go back up, make sure I didn't skip anyone else. Magic Carpet. I'm planning to take tomorrow day off. There you go. There you go. There you go. That's what you need to do. I think Spirit's just saying you really do. You really have worked, and it's not good for your health either. Even if you're eating the healthiest and working out and just being the healthiest, if you're in a constant state of stress because of work, it's like all that hard work you've done for your health is almost null and void because that stress level's so high. It's just, it's so hard. So my heart goes out to anyone who's in a really stressful job or anything like that. It's odd the repeat of cards, and Ethan said that it's collective. I think so too. Love those cards. Okay, then this is going to be your deck, Burma, because, again, I think it's funny and cool, but it's probably just not going to be a deck I reach for because I got so many others. So if you want it, I will reserve it for you, Burma. Okay, so I must go now. We'll have a good one, Ethan. No worries. Absolutely no worries. Yes, you need to get to class. Let's see. Yeah, absolutely. Have a good one, Ethan. Okay. Oh, no worries, Brianna. Yeah, sometimes it might, like the order that people post things in, it gets a little messed up. So I will read it in the order I see that's completely out of order in what I see like on the playback watching the live. And the chat, I'm like, that person definitely responded for that person, but that's what I saw here. So that's why I did it that way. Okay, so let's see. Here's a little song. So if I missed you and you would like a card from this deck pulled for you, put the capital letter EEE, 3 E's, and I will pull a card for you. So Swaroop, Bobby, if I did in fact skip you, go ahead and put another EEE and I will know that I did not do yours, even though I could have sworn I did. Put an EEE. You or anyone else who may have missed. Okay, so here's a little song. Here's your card. Right side up with the number 1. So you really are at the beginning of something new. This is exciting. This feels like energy that is really fresh and new, and it's almost like that Fool energy, but pairing it up almost with the Magician card as well, where you're ready to take action, and it's very lively and exciting. Something you're really going to be excited about. And it may take up a lot of your time, but it's time well spent is what I'm hearing. Oh, you're so welcome, XF. Absolutely. Because the list shown live is different. Yep, no worries, no worries. Okay, Canary 002 would like a card. And we've got here knock, knock. And I just heard opportunity is knocking. And you have the number 14, which adds up to 5. Big changes coming. And knock, knock, you know, it could be a home, a new place of residence. If you're looking to move or to settle down in a new location, this could be beneficial for that as well, but there are big changes coming maybe to your residence, to opportunities coming your way, and I just see maybe even a helpful friend that's there to want to help you. Okay, it's really happening for me. Good job. That's awesome. Here's a little song. I'm so happy for you. All right, so did I miss anybody? Anyone else would like one of these Oracle of the E cards or Oracle of the E card? Put EEE all in caps and I will get you a card. Otherwise, we're gonna move into our lovely, lovely donation list. And we've got a couple more since I've been talking, so I'm gonna go ahead and add those while we wait for any other E's to come in. Shaman, thank you so much for your donation. And then Lynn. Yes, no. Okay, that is our running list. There we go. Okay, so that's what we got going on now. So I'm gonna give you guys about 10 more seconds to get your EEE out there. If you're just popping in and would like a card, go ahead and put your EEE in the chat and I will pull a card for you. Or if I had skipped you and you already put the E and you still haven't heard your reading, go ahead and put EEE once again. You know, I'm not perfect, but I try to get everybody in the list there. Okay. So I'm not seeing any more E's. So Claudia, go ahead and post your question. And then Katie R, you are on deck. And then get to Leka Ray ×2. And there has been a hair like tickling me this whole time. I love when that happens. Okay. So Claudia, go ahead and post your question, and then Katie R on deck, get to Leka Ray ×2, and then Burma, and then Michelle Lynn, and Michelle Lynn, yes or no. That is our current lineup, and if you would like a guaranteed question answer today, guaranteed, you can always send a donation, and as always, your lovely donations do go to help my mom, whose house burned down in July of 2019. and she's still living in a little camper, and we're trying to get her out of that camper. And if anyone wants to see what all happened with that house fire and just going through the home, the emotions involved, us tearing down the home, I have a 3-part docuseries over on my little writing channel that is linked in the description box. Yes, I've got like 20 YouTube channels. But you can check that out if you want to see what all went down with that. I like to let you guys know where your money's going, who your money's going to, and how it's helping. So thank you. And I think my chat must be stuck because I have not seen anything change in over probably 2 minutes. So I'm going to go over here on this and make sure the chat is still, everything's still going and good. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing's happening on my end here either, on this or this. I don't know. All right. Oh, now I see Burma saying smiley face. Now I see get to like a ray. I saw your video. I felt your emotions. Yeah, I did. Well, the first video was just seeing everything and kind of starting to go through it. And then like the end of that was part of my writing. I was doing Camp NaNoWriMo. I do see it, KDR. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, sometimes the chat just doesn't move, and I think, are we stuck, or are people just not saying anything? Like, I never know. But we're waiting for Claudia. Otherwise, we will go ahead and get right into KDR. So either Claudia or KDR, whoever posted your question first, will get right into that, and then the other one can go right after them. So yeah, people are just listening. There you go. But yeah, that first video in that 3-part series was mostly about the fire, but then the last little half was kind of wrap up of what I had going on with my writing. So it's kind of, who cares about that? Let's just listen to the fire stuff. And then other people who were wanting the video for the writing were like, who cares about the fire stuff? I just want to hear about your writing. But I've combined it in one video. The parts 2 and 3 are just purely just the fire stuff. And part 3 is where we wrap it all up. Probably the most emotional one. I don't know. They all were. I don't know. All right. So, oh, you don't have to make a donation to ask a question, but if you want it answered guaranteed today, that's kind of what we have going on here, because sometimes what I do on the Sunday and Wednesday show, what I do is I just give complete priority to those who donate, for their beautiful energy exchange. I want to be able to give something back to them, for them wanting to help my mom. And that's where all the donations do go, is to help my mom. But if you are here for just a free question, Saturday show is your best bet for that. I give anywhere between 5 and 10 opportunities during my 4-hour live stream for you to be able to ask a question. Again, there's still no guarantee you're going to get selected, just because Spirit is the one in charge of helping direct me to the question that needs answered most in that moment. And I know that could be frustrating and everything, but Spirit's just now saying, nothing is for free in this 3D reality. So, I mean, I try to give as much as I can, but I'm only one person and only have so many hours in a day to be able to do that. But I still do try to give opportunities for free questions, free answers, free whatever. But yeah, your best bet to get a guarantee answer is to send a donation. And again, your lovely donations do go to help my mom, whose house burned down. So thank you. All right. So what we got here for KDR is, what is the root cause of my toe and knee sensitivity? I have never liked my toes or knees being touched. I've always wondered if something happened in a past life. Okay, let's find out what's coming up for KDR. Oh, we've already got 2 flippers. Okay, wow. Anything else, Spirit? Sensitivity, toes and knees. Okay, so we do have here, this is very interesting. So we have the Hierophant, we have the King of Cups, and we have the 5 of Pentacles. So I don't know if in your life as King Edward IV, if there was some kind of weird, because they're almost showing me like how King Henry VIII, and the only reason I know this is because I watched, I think it was called, what was it called? It was on Showtime, I think. What's his name? Jonathan Rhys-Meyers played Henry VIII. Natalie Dormer was Anne Boleyn. Does anyone remember the name of that show? It's not Reign. That's Queen Mary, or Mary Queen of Scots. It's not Reign. It's a different movie. But I know that Henry VIII had gout because of that movie or that Showtime series or whatever it was back in the day with Jonathan Rhys Meyers. So I don't know if as King Edward IV in that past life, if he had some sort of injury. They're showing me something that happened in battle. And again, you would know more about this, Katie, than I would, but did King I keep saying now King Henry. It's not what I'm trying to say. King Edward IV, did he actually go into battle? Because they're showing me him on a battlefield fighting, and some injury he sustained by falling off his horse, and he hit a rock, like his knee on a rock really hard. I don't know that really does talk of the toe stuff, but especially the knee is really what I'm honing in on with that. Which is interesting here because this king is underwater up to about like above the knee. So the knees and toes are kind of below the surface here. So there's something going on there. Yes, many times. Okay, so that makes sense. And then interesting enough here as well, we've got her in a blue blanket that almost looks like water. Again, above the waist there for her. But what I'm seeing is, I don't know if you have like a hot or cold sensitivity to those areas as well, because that's what they're showing me also with this, especially cold sensitivity with this Five of Pentacles. There's this feeling like it's almost like phantom limb pain, which, unless you've had something cut off, you probably wouldn't know what that feels like. But just a weird sensation. And so then when someone does actually touch it, it's just a little too much. So I am getting that it is definitely tied, especially the knee stuff, to King Edward IV. The toe stuff, I actually am now reading this card a little differently as a different past life in like the Viking times. You don't like cold on those areas. Okay. So in the Viking times, I know there's a woman here, but I am picking up a male energy, a young boy, a young son. You and your mother, I'm picking this as more the mother, actually froze to death in, again, this is like way up north, Viking lifetime, way before even the King Edward life. This is years and years and years before that. You and your mother actually froze to death on an expedition. It was a hard expedition to go from one place to another because there was no food, there was no good shelter. You guys had to leave, and it was just in the middle of like the worst possible time to leave. And you first started feeling that feeling in the fingers and the toes and the extremities, and then you get so cold that you think you're hot and you start taking off articles of clothing, and then there was that kind of freezing to death. A little violent, I guess, but maybe that answers your questions as to why you kind of feel, even when you were a child in this life, they're showing me that maybe if your toes got cold, you almost started panicking, even if they were in boots and, relatively bundled up, you kind of almost started panicking as a child, or it's really hard for you to have cold toes, like you just get scared about it. And I think it goes back to this lifetime because you did take your boot off as that boy, as that kind of teenage to younger boy, and saw that your toes were turning black, and it scared you. And then of course, it went from bad to worse, and you and your mother actually did pass away in that life. So that makes a lot of sense. Oh, you're so welcome, KDR. Absolutely. You could try some energy healing. Yes. And even going into meditation and connecting with those past lives and saying thank you for the lessons, but I'm ready to move forward, and closing that out as well. That's another really powerful way to move on from anything that's still affecting you from a past life. And the reason it is in this life with you too is there may be just still a little bit more to learn. So you can always ask yourself, your own higher self within meditation, what else is there for me to learn from this? Oh my gosh, I actually did panic as a kid when that would happen. There you go. That's major chills. That's why. Our fears are usually not unwarranted. Our fears usually have a root cause, and a lot of times it's just not in this lifetime. So it feels irrational to be afraid of a spider or a snake or freezing toes or whatever it was. So yeah, totally random, but totally fitting, I think, for your situation. You're so welcome. Absolutely. All right, let me just check that we haven't had any other donations. No, we're still rocking it. So here we go. Dear Claudia, are you here, my friend? We will get into your question if you're here. Otherwise, get to like array times 2. and then Burma, and then Michelle Lynn, and Michelle Lynn, yes or no. So Claudia, I haven't seen her respond in a while, and she was kind of at the top of the list, but I don't know that I have seen her since the live started. She did donate right before this live started, so maybe she had to step out and she'll be back. But either way, she will be back. I'm sure at some point we will always catch you back. And if at any point you guys do donate and it's just taking too long to get your question, always know if you donate, I always will shout you out in a future live stream to say, hey, you donated, we never got your question, or whatever the case may be. Or, you know, even if you just know you have to leave, letting me or one of the mods know, that's really helpful. So we're not shouting you out, trying to find you, and you're not even here. But if you donate and have to go, I will try my darndest to honor that donation in a future live if that's the case. Okay. Amazed by Amanda's psychic powers. It's so weird because for years, like, that word psychic is kind of triggering for certain people. Like, it kind of has kind of a negative connotation to some people. Like, I don't really see it one way or another, but it was funny because when I went to go do my session with Alba Weinman, who's a she's not a quantum healing hypnosis practitioner. It's kind of, she kind of has her own way of doing it, but she taps into past lives, and she kept saying me as the psychic, like with me. And I'm like, she must be confusing me with my mom, because I'm not the psychic. My mom is the one that knows everything. Like, she's the psychic. And I even asked her at some point, I'm like, you mean my mom? And she goes, what do you mean? I'm like, well, you keep saying psychic. You mean my mom? She goes, no, I'm talking about you. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. So that's really, really cool. Anyway, I am not seeing Claudia. So get to Lekka. Go ahead and post your first question. Actually, I think you did. I think you did over here on PayPal. What blessings are coming up my way? So we will get into that for you. Oh, thank you so much for your lovely donation, Olivia. We will get you on the list right quick. Olivia. Let's see the last name. Okay. Magali. Okay. There we are. So that will be my indication. That is you. Copy my list so I don't lose it or forget it. Okay, there we go. All right, so you might consider training users with tarot, spirituality, psychic power, development, etc. You know, I had thought about that, not just because, oh, let me see what I can do, but I've had so many emails just in the last month, people asking me if I offer mentor sessions or classes, and I'm like, not really, but I had been planning to open a Patreon to maybe share some of that content just with anyone who wanted to learn maybe just the way I do it. Of course, we all do things our own way, but you know, maybe just teaching you ways I do things and see if they hit for you or resonate for you. But that could be definitely something I offer also on Patreon. Yeah, donations are still open if you want. The link for that is at the top of the chat or also in the description. Thank you so much. So yeah, please start. I'm willing to join. Cool. Yeah, that's one of my long lists of things I need to do. And I don't want to just start it and then not know even what to offer. I kind of want to get a game plan set about, and I've just been so busy lately doing all of these personal readings that I've had coming in, which I'm not complaining about at all. I'm so grateful that so many people have reached out lately to schedule with me for private readings. So I'm just like, wow, it's like I need more hours in a day to do everything I want. So it's a good problem to have. Really, it is. Okay, so let's see for Get to Lekka Ray's question. What blessings are coming your way? For question 1, what blessings are coming up for Get to Lekka? Where are we going? Which card deck are we going to? Let's go over here. Okay, here we go. What blessings are coming Get to Lekka's way? 1. Ooh, this is interesting. Well, you get the spiritual teacher card here. Your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. So you telling me to do that, very interesting. I think you have it in you to also be able to do that for people. That is so interesting that you were just saying, hey, you should offer that. I think you should also offer that. That's amazing. Wow. You already are very spiritually tapped in. that I don't think it would be a stretch for you to get some sort of platform or local following and have people come to you. But connect with nature. You're rejuvenated and inspired by spending time outdoors. So maybe it's just you've been so busy at work or stressed that you haven't gone out in nature as much as your soul is longing for you to. Even if you've been, in your own opinion, thinking, hey, I'm spending a decent amount of time outside. Maybe this is just Spirit's nod to say, spend even more time outside. These words coming from you means a lot to me. Oh, absolutely. But here's the thing. Always, all of you, remember this. Anything that really strikes a chord with you, either in a good way or a bad way, where other people are concerned, like something that someone says really resonates, or you're really attracted to someone's energy or something like that, it's because that is reflecting from inside of you. So you have that same aspect or that same quality within you, and that's why you're so resonant with someone who exudes that quality. And a lot of times we're like, I wish I could be like that. Well, you are like that. You just don't realize it. You really are. So yeah, getting out in nature is going to be really key for you. Exhausted now, small things triggering now. Yeah. And then we've got here, be yourself, which I love this. I think this authenticity message is a collective theme right now. This keeps coming up over and over and over in my pick a card readings, my private readings that I've been doing. But it says here, this situation calls for you to be your authentic self, which is the basis for your personal power. I think this is referring to you just feeling more in control of your life, because especially with everything you've got going on at work right now, it can really throw even your personal life off kilter, because it's almost like you bring work home with you. Even if you're not working and bringing your laptop home and, physically working at home, you're thinking about things that happened at work or things that might happen at work or what this coworker said or what this boss did. Like, you're bringing it home in that way and replaying it, rehashing it. And Spirit's like, and you're not even getting paid for all those hours you're spending at work while you're at home. So Spirit's kind of coming in to say, focusing on things you enjoy. They've been showing me this example a lot lately, so I don't know if a lot of you do this, but what they're showing me here is like an adult coloring book. So I don't know if you have something like this, or a pen and some markers, or paper and some markers, to just go ahead and, do I even have any colored in here? I don't know. Oh yeah, the one that I didn't even finish. But just getting something similar to this and just putting on some really kind of meditative kind of music, getting a nice thing of markers, and just sitting down and coloring like a child. Like, I could spend hours coloring as a child, and I don't allow myself to do it as much as I should, because I'm like, I need to be productive. Like, I'm trying to talk myself out of this overproduction quality as well. So yeah, nail art. There you go. That's another kind of fun way you can be creative and kind of almost meditative. Because if you guys are anything like me, when I am in creation state, I am meditate. It's like a very deep meditation for me to even walk in nature, get out in nature. And a lot of times I need to remind myself not to even put in my headphones and listen to music in nature, because there's music all around in nature. You listen to the birds, you listen to the water rushing past. If you're near a ocean or a water river, nature has its own music. So a lot of times I need to remind myself to leave my phone in the car if I'm going out on a walk or something. But yeah, getting creative, I think, is going to be key for you. Getting out in nature. If you can be creative out in nature, double bonus points. But that is your answer for question 1. So question 2 for Getaleka was message from my higher self, spirit guides, and ancestors. And of course, we're going to your deck. I always pull this deck when you have those questions about your awesome, awesome ancestors, spirit guides, higher self. Any messages from ancestors, higher self, guides, for Getaleka. Wow, we've got here Earth Mother, feel loved and comforted. So this is just reaffirming that energy of getting out in nature, spending even more time in nature, even if you feel like I've been spending so much time out there, or you normally do, but you haven't been able to lately. Just get back to nature as much as you can, because you will feel that love and comfort that you maybe just haven't been feeling a lot lately, especially the comfort. I'm sure you feel the love, but it's just the comfort. Just feeling constantly stressed about work, and even when you're off work, you're just probably so tired, you don't feel like doing anything. creative or otherwise. And I totally can vouch for that as well. I get that way myself at times, but getting out in nature, especially if you can be barefoot, I think it's pretty warm where you're at right now this time of year. Isn't it pretty hot where you're at this time of year? So getting out barefoot probably wouldn't be as hard as like midwinter with all the snow on the ground like certain people have. Nature is a balcony connecting with sky. Corona prevents us from going out. Yeah, so this is probably why this message is coming out, saying you are really missing that beautiful connection. So yeah, any way you can connect with nature, taking a salt bath, even washing your dishes, grounding, holding crystals, they come from the earth as well, tending to house plants. These are all ways you can connect to nature if you can't physically get out in nature. Connecting to the sky as well. Doing what you can, where you can, will really start to add up and help you feel less stressed out, I think. Let's get some more. And I don't think the whole corona issue is helping matters for you right now either. It's probably very stressful in and of itself. Let's see, any other advice? Wow, we've got here sage, be devoted and committed. And to me, this just feels like your spiritual practice. And here, this sage is looking to have this kind of peacock feather pen here, writing on a leaf. So maybe journaling or writing out your thoughts, your feelings, your worries, your emotions, anything that wants to come up. A lot of times a lot of people call that a brain dump, where every thought that crosses your mind, you just write it out, and then it's no longer bouncing around inside your head. Sometimes that's a good, helpful way to clear your thoughts. Also, keeping a meditation or dream journal or both would be good ways to keep and document the experiences you're having in the dream state or through your meditation. That's what because Spirit wants to send you with that spiritual teacher card you got, or spiritual whatever card you got. Spirit wants you to know they are sending you a lot of really beautiful wisdom. So writing that wisdom down is going to be key for you to start seeing themes and patterns in your dreams or in the information you're getting through your meditations, because they are offering you really good wisdom for how to change your life for the better through the information you're getting. So I hope that resonated for you, Get to Leka. And again, thanks for your lovely donation. Hang in there. I think, it's like the end is not quite in sight for you as far as all this stress and worry and just everything going on in the world anyway with the virus and just everything associated with the virus. Like it's a whole thing. It's very stressful and difficult and hard, but just don't forget that beautiful heart space. Don't forget that beautiful light that you're meant to shine here. We're not meant to be watching the news 24/7 and feeling in fear 24/7. We're meant to connect and rise above that. Not to say or dismiss anything that is going on, but as long as if it's not going on in your own personal bubble, yes, being aware that certain things are happening right now, but not letting them completely overtake you. There's a balance to be had there, I think. Being informed, but not letting it consume you. For all of us, I think this is advice for all of us right now, is key for us. So I hope that resonated, and thanks again for your lovely donation. So Claudia, if you are back, we can start with you. Otherwise, Burma, we will go ahead and take your question. I'm going to go ahead. We've got 2 more lovely donations. Virginia, if you can just remind me who you are here in the chat. I do remember seeing your name donated before, but I can't remember your name here in the chat. So if you can remind me, that would be awesome, so I can get you on the list. We've got Dear Shanda. And then Virginia. Oh, that's Crystal. That's right. Perfect. That is our list. So let's see. At office, many colleagues affected below 30 years of age. Yeah, it's crazy. There's just so much going on. My heart goes out to everybody dealing with all the stress, all the worry, especially India. I haven't purposely really read into what's going on so much, because I know there are certain people over there that I'm friends with that are like, it's not as bad as it is, but then there are other people that I'm friends with that are saying it's worse than they're saying. So it's like, I don't even know what to know. I don't even know. So I'm just sending lots of prayers and good vibes to everybody over there that's affected one way or another by all just craziness. Yes, peace and love to us all. We could all use with a little love and a little peace, or a lot of love and a lot of peace. All right, so I'm not hearing from Claudia. So Burma, go ahead and post your question. And then Michelle Lynn, you are on deck for your next two. And then Olivia, and then Shanda, and then Crystal. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful hump day, a wonderful Wednesday. I can't believe it's already Wednesday. It feels like it was just Monday to me. Man, you get my kids get in baseball, and it's like every weeknight we are busy doing something except Friday. And then Friday, I'm like catching up from the whirlwind that the week was, because the weeks just go by so fast. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, my house looks like a tornado hit. There's just like lunch bags and clothing and baseball gear, there's just stuff everywhere. And I'm just like, I can't keep up with all this. So I need to make time coming up to actually do a nice little declutter and purge, so that I can actually know where everything goes again. Because you notice, like, you have a birthday, or your kids have a birthday, and then they bring in more clothes and more toys and more this and more that, and before you know it, you're just overloaded with stuff. Like, that's the boat I'm in right now. Your question is on PayPal. Cool. Well, I will go over there. For Burma, what spirit needs me to know in a past and maybe a past life? Okay, what does spirit need Burma to know right now? They're also saying Sacred Traveler holds a message for you, so we'll grab one from this. Ooh, I love that so far. This really fits with what we were talking about on the phone right before the live streams. I love that. All right, what else? Okay, so this is going to be the message from spirit portion. Okay, so we have, I love this so much. So we've got here eagle. So you may be seeing a lot of eagle symbolism or symbology, either in your actual world or on coins or on people's t-shirts. I don't know. But here we've got an eye as well, like eagle eye, really focusing on what's meant for you. But I'm seeing here, see a higher perspective. So this is seeing any situation that you're in from that higher perspective, meaning, of course, when we're in something, especially when it's stressful or it's hard or it's worrisome, we're hyper focused on the worry, the stress, the, oh no, if this doesn't happen, then this will happen, or if this doesn't come through, then what will I do with this? We all get in that. Eagle Jeff is an eagle person, and thank you, of course. But this is basically asking you to go within, do a meditation, even just connecting with why have the people just not come to me that have been coming to me? What is going on with my client base? What is going on with the financial stuff? Asking during meditation, they will maybe bring you answers, so that you don't have to keep staying in this cycle to have these things happen. Also here we have reaching your destination. So your light is shining brightly. So just really reminding yourself what is the ultimate goal, and then trying to take steps or actions in that direction. That's really going to help you. Of course, we always know my ultimate goal is to be financially independent and ready to take on the world. Like, I think many of us have that goal, but keeping that destination in mind, and then knowing and allowing your own light to light the way, to light your next steps, and just, be that beacon of light, and kind of rising above the fray, rising above the current problems, to see what is this trying to teach me, what is this trying to help me see, because this is for your highest evolution. Whatever is going on in your life is for your highest evolution, is for your highest good. That one's upside down. So this is not happening as an accident or to punish you in any way. This is all preordained and designed by your higher self for you to experience something. So ask, what the heck are you trying to show me, so that I can get the show on the road? So there's question number 1. So for question 2, past life, we're going in over here with the tarot for past life. For Burma, anything coming up, anything that will benefit Burma right now with these lessons that are going on right now in Burma's life. Any past life that can help her tune into that. That one definitely wants to come out. Wow. Yeah, look at that. And this to me feels like, okay, we are picking up on a very early Earth lifetime already. I'm picking it up. Whoa. Okay, we're picking those up too, because they just flew. So we'll grab these 3 cards. Okay, what do we have? Okay, and my hair that was on the floor with it. Okay, So this is so insane that these add up exactly what I was getting from this tower. I kind of wish I'd have gone into it and then those things come out and really confirm what I was going to say. But okay, so with this tower here, this really does go back to an early, not you seeding the earth of all the plants and animals and everything with that team, you and these other high dimensional beings worked to seed this planet Earth. This to me feels like a Lemurian lifetime when things were really going off the rails. Things have already, even in Atlantis, things were going off the rails as well. But to me, this really does feel like you were seeing the corruption of the humans and really experimenting on animals and trying to basically play God, so to speak. And it literally hurt your heart so much. Like, I'm not seeing these as literal wounds. Although I do see you kind of taking your own exit, not like, oh, I ended my life, so to like a suicide, but you just decided to go back from whence you came, as far as just basically going back to source for a while because it was just too much. You just could not see this destruction. And I know we've kind of talked about this before, why it's so hard for you to be here on Earth and to see how off the rails everything is gone. But with this Queen of Wands, it's, of course, this was you just in this energy of wanting everything in equilibrium. You know, everything is so abundant, the cups are running over and there's just so much abundance. And it's kind of like right now, you're not so much seeing that abundance. You're kind of seeing the well drying up a bit and maybe an occasional drop or two after fighting and trying to get unemployment and other people on deck. It's like, oh, I'll throw a drop your way once in a while. It's like that's all, that well has dried up is what I'm seeing. And it might be triggering and going back to that lifetime of, wow, everything has just hit the fan. What am I even doing here? I'm out. Like, this is just too much. But in this life, you're meant to just stay and endure. Because, of course, you're not like front row seat as far as what's actually going on in the corruption of this world. I mean, we all are per se, but as far as you being in the thick of it or being a whistleblower or anything, like, you're not in a front row seat in that way in this life. But what I do see is it still affects you. It still hurts your heart, literally, the way this world is operating right now, and you're just ready to move in a new direction with this. But this is really teaching you something and trying to show you something, because with this Seven of Cups, this is all about options. And there are a couple of options you're not seeing. And I think, it kind of goes back to what it is you're doing for work and that message you keep getting about, oh, switching careers or doing this other thing as a career. I love this deck as well, Star Blessed Hermit. Isn't it beautiful? It's called the White Newman Tarot. It just came out last month, so I'm obsessed with it. Such a beautiful deck. But what I'm seeing is there may be the fact that you kind of felt this need or pull to get creative during this time. Maybe you're making something that you can sell. Maybe even bringing these pieces to Porkfest with you so that you can sell these pieces. Might be just a little bit more income for you in the meantime. But with this Knight of Wands, this is a very fast-moving night, and things will be shifting by the time you are taken off for Porkfest and the things that you have going on monetarily that need fixed before you can just take off and feel real confident about taking that trip. I think things are going to start working out right before or right around that time for you, that you're not gonna feel so, the well has gone dry. You're going to feel that overflow once again. So I think people, to me, this is collective fear, collective consciousness going on with maybe clients that would come to you, but maybe they're afraid, or there's just a lot going on in their own personal lives that once they kind of overcome that fear or get past whatever's going on in their own lives, they'll start coming back to you again. And kind of almost, they're almost showing me, be careful what you wish for, because you might actually have more clients than you can actually take. And they want you to Spirit wants you to still take care of yourself as you're taking care of your clients. So, like your shoulder stuff and just everything going on with you, make sure you're taking care of yourself. In the meantime, take care of your clients, take care of yourself. Take care of clients, take care of yourself. Make sure you're balanced in what you're doing. But things will start picking up for you. I do see that. So I hope that resonated, Burma. But I love how that kind of everything going off the rails and all of that, like really that past life did tie into what you're going through right now in a roundabout way. So I love when Spirit ties it all up in a pretty bow for us. That's always awesome that when they do that. All right. So Claudia, are you back yet, my friend? Let us know if you're here. Otherwise, Michelle Lynn, go ahead and post your question. This is our running list, and if we do run out of donations by the time I have to be off of here, then I will be able to take a free question or two, but I wouldn't bank on that. If you're looking for a guarantee or as close to guarantee as you can get for a free question answered here, my Saturday live stream is your best bet, because I have anywhere between 5 to 10 times where I call out in my free question mosh pit for you to post your questions you'd like answered for free. And again, you're still not guaranteed to get the question answered, because Spirit directs me intuitively to the question that needs answered most in that now moment. So your best bet to get it answer guaranteed is to donate. And again, all of your lovely donations do go to help my mom, whose house burned down in July of 2019. And she's still living in a little camper, and every little donation has gone to help her. So thank you so much. We're still trying to get her out of that camper, though. And again, building prices are crazy this year. So we're not sure if we're going to be able to start her house build this year or next year or the year after. Like, we don't know. But that doesn't mean we can't still save up money for that exact thing. So that's what we're doing. All right. So Claudia, I don't see Claudia. So Michelle Lynn, go ahead and post your first question. Okay. General, please feel I'm feel and enthusiasm I haven't felt in a long time. Yay. And ready to start something new and break out of my shell to meet a soul family. Okay, perfect. So we're going to go over here to spellcasters. All right, so what does Michelle Lynn need to know? Anything that needs to come through Spirit. She's feeling this enthusiasm she hasn't felt in a long time, and she's ready to start something new. Yeah, look at that. You're coming into that sense of empowerment. Look at that full moon behind her. That is that full illumination of the moon. She is excited and ready to take on her life and the day and just to see what's next for her. And I see you in much that similar energy where you're not settling for less anymore. And it's almost like it's really changed your vibration enough to where other people are noticing this difference in you as well, to where they're, as a result of you stepping into this kind of, and this is solar plexus energy as well as I'm seeing even third eye energy. But people are picking this up subconsciously and actually giving you more respect. Not trying to step on your power or your toes as much as maybe they had in the past. What else do we have? We have protected by angels. You are cherished by the angels. So you do have this really heavy cloak of protection around you as you empower yourself to step into something new, is really what I'm seeing here. Let's see. What else from Michelle Lynn? Anything else that wants to come out? Yeah, deep knowing. And this goes to that feeling of enthusiasm you haven't felt in a long time. And you know something good is about to happen for you. Maybe you don't know what that thing is, but you have this deep knowing that something good is coming, and something is very close to the surface or very close to that horizon that you can almost see it. And to me, it feels very spiritual with this 43 here. Maybe you're getting answers through a spiritual source, through meditation, through getting out in nature, through journaling, through even self-care practices, because one of the most spiritual things we can do is cherish and nurture our own body. And I know it doesn't sound like, well, that's not very spiritual, but it really is, because that is showing like reverence for the physical vessel that our soul is using in this incarnation. So you are coming into this, though, deep knowing what is for you, what is not for you, who is for you, who is not for you. And again, kind of going back to that one card pull we did at the very beginning for you, Michelle, there's something brand new coming in for you, and there's this deep knowing, deep excitement, and you're almost picking up on that timeline before. And again, I know you recently did that big timeline hop, but this to me feels like it's like a merging of two really major good timelines that you've been really wanting to manifest in your life. Because look on the back of the deck, we've got milk and honey here. So this is something that's going to pay off financially. To me, this does feel like that career move. Finally being able to, shift lanes or to change lanes into the career that is better serving you. And again, with the rainbow, that comes after a storm or a really heavy, hard time. So where you're currently at or where you kind of have been, this is the result, is you're getting something that's really going to pay off. So it's almost like that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow as well. But we've got the number 51, which adds up to 6. So self-care, self-love, all the self stuff that we've been talking about here. And through your own spiritual practice and taking care of yourself, this is how you're going to step into this place of empowerment and authenticity. But let's see if there is any suggestion for self-care practice you can do to really bring this new opportunity online and this empowerment. Well, we have the pleasure card here. You can take this any which way you want. But to me, there is a such thing as like sex magic. So using that orgasm to, create the magic. And as that is happening, you can create that timeline shift during that time, or just doing the things that bring you pleasure. If being out in nature brings you pleasure, if smelling those beautiful roses brings you pleasure, if buying yourself something nice brings you pleasure, do it. Of course, don't go to extremes to where you're totally depleting your energy or spending all your money on clothing or anything like that. But it's okay to indulge yourself once in a while. And then on the back of the deck, we've got music here, which is the number 37, at the end of one cycle going into another. So especially if you, so Spirit's showing me, okay, this is really cool. And I love this because this happens to me once in a while. You just hear a new song that you just want to put on repeat. And you almost like 3 days later, you're still listening to it on repeat. You're like, I could listen to this forever. So the next time that happens for you, just know that something really big and beautiful is right there within your grasp. It's right there. So you may even on that same day know that, okay, I found out about this job opportunity and I'm really excited to apply and take that leap of faith in a new direction. But so the next time you find a song that you just want to keep listening to over and over and over, just know that your opportunity is at hand when that happens. That's like a green light from the universe. Like you found this theme song to take you into your happy, enthusiastic, empowered future. I love that. That is such a particular, very, very particular message, but I think it applies for you here. That's awesome. Music is my therapy. I always listen to songs on repeat. There you go. My drive has been low. And again, you don't have to take that card literally. Some people can, some people don't want to. Totally your own prerogative. What brings you pleasure in life? I'm not the one to tell you what should or shouldn't. Okay, so I hope that resonated. And go ahead and post your yes or no question, Michelle, and we'll get right into that for you as well. Take another drink of my water. Okay. And then after that, we've got our list. Olivia, you will be on deck, unless Claudia is back. We'll keep calling out Claudia, but Olivia, you will be next, and then Shanda, and then Crystal Gaines. We are really trucking through this list. Okay, instead of seeing my friend who likes me, I want to go out with my best friend instead. While on this detox, is it okay to have alcohol on detox and eat avocados after detox? Both made my eyes worse a year ago. Still want to enjoy myself though. Okay, so let's see if we'll ask the question if is it okay to have alcohol on this detox? And then is it okay to have the alcohol and then do the avocados after? Or we'll just even ask, should you just avoid the alcohol and try to have fun another way? I guess we'll just ask all the questions here. Okay. So what do we have for the alcohol? Should you have the alcohol? Well, we have here helpful people. So to me, this is almost like checking in with your guides and angels to see if it is your best bet. Having alcohol with the avocado after. We have here trust. So they're almost like not going to answer your question, I think. And then just avoiding the alcohol at all. We have here you're ready. I think this is kind of mostly pointing to there's something within the alcohol, and I don't even think it's the alcohol. It might be the hops, might be the barley if you're drinking beer, or something in the way it's processed that's actually triggering the problems for you. It's not even the alcohol. It might just be even the sugar within it. I don't know. They're showing me it's a more natural thing. You would think, oh, wouldn't be the problem, but it kind of is the problem of what you've got going on. It could be yeast. There we go. Yeah, they're showing me like a chemical reaction to something, and I didn't know how to put it into words. That could be. So maybe if you are having alcohol, maybe if you can find one that doesn't have yeast in it, because when you said yeast there, it's like ding, 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 we have a winner. So that's definitely what it is. So maybe finding a beverage that doesn't have that. If that, like, I don't know enough about alcohol, I don't drink myself to know what that would be. Stick to vodka, but I never really drink. It's very rare. Yeah, they're almost even showing me like vodka cranberry. Like people mix those two, I think, would probably be a good, safe option for you. Vodka and cranberry juice, if that's something you're into. But yeah, I think your bestest bet would just be to avoid it at all. Not at all costs, but like just to avoid it anyway. But if you are someone who wants to be like a social drinker, you're going to be able to, you know, do with the avocado thing, trust that that's going to take care of anything that would kind of trigger a bad reaction for you. So I think your best bet, if you do want to do the drinking socially, trust that you can get back on track with the avocado thing that you're hoping to do, and all of that. So I hope that resonated, brought you some guidance. But yeah, have some fun. I think treat yourself, have some fun. You deserve to go out with that friend and just have a good time. It feels good. Feels good. Oh, Naomi, thank you so much for your mom. No reading necessary. Just wanted to help with lots of love and light. You are the sweetest. Thank you so much. And I'm reading that right at 11:11. Look at that. I didn't want to give your name away there. 11:11. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So sweet. Okay, and while we have kind of a moment of whatever here, got Claudia next, Olivia, then Shanda, then Crystal. That is our current lineup. So Olivia, I think go ahead and post your question. I don't know that Claudia is here yet, or she may come back. I'm not sure, but we'll keep calling her out. So Olivia, go ahead and post your question. What I was going to say, though, is Dr. Lupo does have his friend Julie back. She's a medium. She will be back on their live stream tonight. If you guys want to check out Dr. Lupo's live stream, he will probably be live at 8 p.m. Eastern, which would be 6 p.m. Mountain Time. I will be at baseball, so I will probably not be there tonight, but he did let me know his friend Julie was coming back through town. So if you don't have the link for Dr. Lupo's channel and you want to check out his lithomancy or crystal tarot, you can always go over to this link here and check it out. To remind everybody before I forgot that that's going on tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. At least that's their plan as of yesterday. I haven't heard from him today, so I'm not sure exactly, but yeah, if he wants to come over and let us know, then he can do that. Okay. Especially once I get a new job, I want to celebrate. Yes, absolutely. Let's see. Crystal Gaines. White Russian tastes like milk, chocolate milk. I have the same issue she does, and these don't affect me at all. Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't have any issues like reactions to alcohol or anything in it. It's just I don't know, the vibration of it and just what I see attaching to other people while they're drinking it. Like they don't all just spirits for nothing at that. I don't want to scare anybody. But yeah, it's weird because my 21-year class reunion, because we couldn't have it last year because 2020. So yes, doing the math, I did graduate in the year 2000. We didn't have a 20-year reunion last year because of COVID. So we're having a 21-year reunion this year. And of course, all of the events will be like at the bar, the different bars in town. And I'm not to say that I'm above that. Like, that's not what I'm saying. It's just, it's a hard, okay, I'm talking about things and then I'm seeing shadow figures now out of the corner of my eye. But yes, I do see a lot of uptick of activity in places like bars, hospitals, funeral homes. I mean, you would think, cemeteries would be usually not where the dead people like to hang out. It's cemeteries, not at all. It's usually in the bars or the hospitals. That's like the two main places that I don't like hanging out, let's put it that way. But places where they're like, even restaurants are really busy with activity, like earthbound entity at earthbound spirit activity. There's a lot of that going on in restaurants as well. Yeah, anywhere where there's a lot of, even concerts. Concerts are a big place where they feed on that excitement and energy too. I don't even know how we got off on this tangent, but there we are. Okay, so I haven't seen anyone post in a hot minute. Olivia, are you still here? Otherwise, Shanda Hancock. Between Shanda Hancock and Olivia, whoever posts their question first, we will get into it for you. Or Claudia, if Claudia is back. Whoever posts first between Claudia, Olivia, Magali, and Shanda, go ahead and post your question. We see Burma. She's letting me know that I can see you, Amanda. Yeah, the chat just hasn't moved, so I don't know. I mean, we only do have 8 people here, so it's understandable not everybody's as chatty as I am. Of course, because I'm the only one talking here on the video. But yes, I hope those 3 lovely ladies are still here. Oh, you were lagging. Yeah, it all happens. Oh, thank you, Burma. You're so sweet. Oh, I was even going to put in my earrings today that you gave me, and then I didn't. I was running a little behind my schedule, trying to get the dogs fed and everything before. But aren't these gorgeous? Burma makes these with her own 2 wonderful hands, and she even made me a matching necklace, but I showed that to my mom when my mom was here and wore it out, so that was downstairs. But aren't those beautiful? These are garnets. They look black, but they're actually like a deep, deep, deep red. If you look real close, you can see like elements of that red within it, but beautiful energy. I must have needed. Yes, Shanda, you can go ahead and post. I'm not hearing from Olivia or Claudia. So between Olivia, Claudia, and Shanda, go ahead and post your question. But yes, these are so fun. And I kind of love the coppery rose goldy color of the metal there. It's so pretty. I should probably just put them in since I'm holding them here. Maybe they'll give me some extra abilities as we channel this information for you all today. All right, where's the hole? That's what she said. I'm so bad. I can't even see. It's there. It's somewhere. There it is. Woo, there it is. Hey, Samantha, welcome. So you can either send a donation for a guaranteed reading, or before I close up today, if we run out of donations in a timely enough fashion that I can make my private reading that I have on Zoom right after the live, I will maybe take a free question or 2. Yeah, and I know the coppery rose gold color does not match the silver at all here, but I'm not here to impress anyone. I just wanted to wear the earrings that Burma made me, so thank you so much. Okay. So yes, those are, and also if you are here only for the free readings, your best bet to get that answered would be on my Saturday show, because I have anywhere between 5 and 10 what I call free question mosh pits, where I give you guys opportunities to post your questions. But yeah, PayPal is the only thing I currently accept, just because I did move this live stream channel off of my main channel. The link for my main channel is in the description, but I've got hundreds of pick a card readings over there and intuition tests or intuition exercises. I have a whole playlist of 27 different intuition exercise videos that if you guys want to test your intuition and see how tapped in you are, you can always, wow, my left ear is now ringing. You can go over, the link for my main channel is the first thing linked in the description. And we're on our way to 13,000 subscribers over there, which I just hit 10,000. So it's like, what is happening? It's just snowballing into so much change and so much growth over on that channel. I just can't even right now. Yeah, they do go together. I'm not mad at it at all. It's pretty. Oh, thank you so much, Shanda. Okay, and I see here Shanda has posted her question, so we're going to get right into it for her. So I would like to see what the outcome may be with my ex-Pisces and I. We are in semi-no communication, rekindle, anything, thank you. All right, and Samantha, excuse me, dear Samantha, I will get you on the list. I see your donation coming through right now. Thank you so much. Oh, that's Dr. Lupo's link that I copy pasted. So let me go back up to my list and do it this way. Add Samantha to my list. Okay, so we're doing Shanda's question now. So Crystal Gaines, my dear, you will be after Shanda, unless Olivia or Claudia are here. And then we'll go ahead and get into their questions. And then Samantha will be after Crystal Gaines. Okay, that is our current lineup. Let me copy that so I have it. Paste. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into Shanda's wonderful question. Anything we need to know for Shanda and the outcome with her and her ex-Pisces is no communication, rekindle possible, anything, what's going on here? What's going on in this connection? What do we need to know for Shanda? Well, there is still attraction on both of your ends, especially on his. I really am feeling maybe he checks your social media a lot, or there's some way he can catch up with you or keep up with what you've got going on online. I don't know if this is through a mutual friend that's texting him information, or if he has access to your social media accounts, or what's going on. Not like access, like, oh, he has the password. I don't see it like that, but just like, kind of stalking your Facebook or your Instagram or whatever it is. But there is still this strong magnetic attraction there. As far as the future goes, or an outcome, what I am seeing here is getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So, of course, I don't know that you guys are quite here yet, but this to me feels like a potential coming up where he is actually going to be the one to reach out to you. Maybe all this social media, looking at old pictures of you on the social media and stuff, is really just getting him in that Six of Cups energy and nostalgic for the good times. But I do see that he will come to this point where he does want to reach out by July. I know that's still quite a ways away, but the reason there is this magnetic attraction is because this is a soulmate. This is a soulmate connection. You've had many lives together. Even though you think you know each other, it's like you guys are both evolving spiritually. I do see you are on a higher spiritual trajectory than he is, so to speak, because maybe he's just got a lot going on in his 3D mundane world, maybe even possibly at work. There's just a lot of stress in his life. There's a lot of activity. Maybe he hangs out with a lot of people, or he has to work in a place where there's just a lot of exchange of energy. So he does get really drained. I don't know if he is an empath or someone who does pick up on other people's energy. I know a lot of Pisces, just giving that bit of information that you gave about him. Some Pisces do turn to drugs or alcohol or even creative escapes because the energy that they get from other people sometimes can be overwhelming or too much. That's not to try to pigeonhole all Pisces as that way, because most Pisces are just tapped into something beyond. And sometimes that just becomes too much for certain Pisces, and they need to have substances, or even maybe they'll take it a better way and use creativity to utilize that energy and try to offload some of that stress. But there is this need for the two of you to just have some really close one-on-one time, really reconnecting, getting to know each other, disconnecting from other people and the agendas and just all the news and all the craziness going on in the world. It just can become too much. Even in a healthy, happy relationship, sometimes it can be that just the stresses of the world and not the relationship itself is kind of what stresses us out. And then we maybe snap at a partner, or the partner snaps at us, and then we're just like, wow, where'd that come from? You must hate me. How dare you treat me like that? We all get triggered, all the ways we get triggered. But this is basically saying, Shanda, if you can go within just for yourself and heal any kind of rips in the relationship you have with this person, cut any old cords, ways of operation, toxicity, resentment, guilt, wounds within the relationship between the two of you, and heal what's between you. If you can heal that on your own, it's almost like the next day he's going to energetically come banging on your door like, hey girl, what's up? Because he can feel the changes you're making, and that's going to trigger him to start making changes in his life as well. He does smoke marijuana. So you may even see that he's reconnecting with you and saying, yeah, I quit smoking. I started doing this other really healthy thing. I started doing this, like changes that you maybe never would have expected to see out of him. But it's all as a result of you making certain leveling up, like especially spiritual changes, clearing those emotional traumas, wounds, and things from the past between you and this Pisces. That's what's going to be like the trigger or catalyst for him to start making changes in his life, to where you guys can actually come back together and start fresh, not bringing all that old resentment, guilt, wounds, and baggage from both of your pasts back in. It's almost like you're going to both try to clear that at least at the very beginning, you're clearing kind of your end, he's clearing his end, and then you can come together and work together and kind of come to an agreement that we're going to clear the past of this relationship to be able to start a new roadmap or a clean slate, fresh slate for what will serve us in the future or moving forward. So that's really, I do see that as your most prominent timeline currently, is the fact that you will be able to reconcile and heal and work together for a more positive, beautiful future. But if you would rather go you are kind of the one in charge of this, or in the driver's seat, like that chariot energy. You can go back with him and heal and have a great time as long as he's willing to do the work as well. Or you can heal and do all the things you need to do for yourself and then go a new direction and find a new soulmate connection, because we always have more than one soulmate that we'll incarnate with. So there will be that potential. But again, going back to this, releasing your ex, this doesn't mean gone for good, done forever, but it says the time has come to clear your energy. So just clearing the deck of the past between the two of you, the resentment, the guilt, the wounds, the words that were spoken or not spoken, and then having it all out and just releasing it so you can start afresh, whether that's with him or with a new relationship. That's what you're doing. So I hope that resonated for you, Shanda. I think we went in pretty deep on that one, and it feels like he is not a bad person. It's just maybe there's just a lot going on in his life, or a lot going on in the world, and it's just overwhelming or stressful to where, things just kind of went off the rails between the two of you as a result of just stress levels in just general life. But I don't see that it's totally irreparable. I mean, releasing him doesn't mean you're releasing him, because it's like that. I know it's a quote, but Christina Aguilera says it in one of her song lyrics. When it comes back, it's yours. That's how you know. So if you release someone or something and it comes back to you, that's how you know it's meant for you. So releasing them does not mean that, it's like a balloon going up into the ether when you release one of those helium balloons. It's not like that. It can be, but I'm not seeing that in your instance. It's not over for good. On the back of the decks and putting everything away, there may be a possible future for you to come together and have children even, or if you were pet parents or want to be pet parents, however it resonates. Or maybe you already do have children. I don't know your exact situation. But even calling for you both to do some inner child healing could really benefit a future relationship together. So we can take it every which way to Sunday. So I hope that resonated for you, Shanda. And thanks again for your lovely donation. Yes, I see, right? We did. He has a good heart. I heard that before. Yeah. Well, I hope that resonated for you, Shanda. And thanks again for your lovely donation. All right. So Claudia, if you're not here, or Olivia is not here, then Crystal will be next. So Claudia, Olivia, or Crystal, whoever posts their question first, we will go into that for you. And then Samantha, you will be on deck right after that. Oh, thank you so much, Sharia. I hope I'm saying that right. Thanks for the subscription. Thank you. Yes, it did. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. I appreciate you right back. Thank you so much. All right. So what do we have next? We've got Crystal, if you're here, go ahead and post your question, and then Samantha, you'll be on deck. And this, unless Claudia or Olivia pop back in and let us know, and we can always get them right here as well. I may, Shreya, I may have time at the end to do a free question or two, because we are kind of coming to the end of the donation list, and we're only an hour and 27 minutes into the live, and I had kind of planned to go maybe 2.5 hours. So I, at the most, have about an hour left. If I could at all possible keep it more to the 2-hour mark, I think that'd be beneficial, so that I can have a little bit of lunch before my private reading. That would be best for me, but we will play it by ear to see what we got. Okay. So Crystal says, not sure what my question is. I was lost in my thoughts when something told me to come outside and pick up my phone. When I got a notification for your channel, I've been lost and at a crossroads. So let's just feel into this crossroads, kind of lost energy. What's echoing in this life from a previous life or my relationship? Okay, I like that. And we'll just see what is this energy, and what is this hair that's tickling me? There it is. Found it. Okay. Problem solved. Okay, so let's find out what is echoing in this life from a previous life or relationship. What is this energy of crossroads and feeling lost? Okay, so this definitely to me feels like if this was a relationship, this is an earth, could be an earth sign, sun, moon, rising, or prominent placements within Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But if that doesn't resonate, this could be someone who is more down to earth, maybe likes to be outdoors, maybe works outdoors, somebody who just, they don't like to, they're showing me almost someone who likes to do things their way, maybe a little bit stubborn, even if their way takes them twice as long than maybe taking suggestions from someone else. This person will always want to do it their own way. So if that sounds like one of your relationships from the past, this is talking about this person, and maybe there's some energy or some subconscious belief systems or behavior, Capricorn, there we go, from this person that's still affecting you. Is this a current, are you still in this relationship with this person? That might help me see where we're going with this. Or is this an ex? Let me know, Crystal. Nailed my current. Okay, perfect. So current energy. So yeah, 9 of Wands. So here's this fire coming in, but this is that overwhelm card as well. But this to me, it's like you are at the precipice of being able to really, I call this my athlete card, or more specifically my Olympic athlete card, because think of all the blood, sweat, tears, and years of work that an athlete, especially an Olympic athlete, puts into their craft, into their sport. They put in so much work, and all for one day or one like 2-week span of time during that Olympics where they are set to perform and really show everyone what they've got. That's where I feel you are right now in your energy with living together, and we're still okay. Perfect. So to me, this feels like maybe your career, maybe just the way you feel within your life. Not to say that this person isn't good for you, but this person is pretty set in the way they do things. And to me, Crystal, it feels like you're trying to shake things up a little bit and try something new. And it might take a minute to get this person on board with maybe the new way you want to operate, or if you're wanting to switch jobs or something, maybe this person's like, hey, you should probably stay where, maybe they're trying to talk you into remaining how you are. And not to say that they're doing this from a bad place. This to me just feels like they want to create a safety net. They want you to feel safe and secure, and they think they're helping by trying to keep you in the energy that you've been in. But this is calling for you to keep pushing forward and do something slightly different. Thank you so much, Jordan. We will get you on the list. This energy is calling for you to push forward a little bit more into the direction of your dreams, or into the direction of something that you've had planned for a while, that maybe you just kind of put on the back burner because maybe 2020 happened or something like that, something you'd been planning to have happen, and then it just didn't line up time-wise for this thing to happen. This could be a career change. This could be just changing your outlook on life. I'm getting chills now. This could have to do with a spiritual practice, or just wanting to step more into your true authentic self and really shine that more spiritual side of yourself in the world. Something like that. So I'm going to get Jordan on the list here. Hello, Sandy. Welcome. So Jordan Nicole. Okay, so that is our updated list. We are trucking through. But this is basically Spirit's way of saying to keep going. And I do feel that the reason they wanted to highlight this current relationship is because there are ties to a past relationship with this same person. But in that life, he was actually your father. So that sounds kind of weird, but I actually had a similar dynamic where my life, in the life that I picked up in my past life regression hypnosis I had with Alba Weinman, my current life husband was actually my father in that life. And especially with this kind of earth energy, this is a father that wants to take care of you. So maybe even this person you're with is trying to, not like from a conscious state, but from more of a subconscious state, they still want to take care of you, almost like you're that daughter, or they feel the need, like they need to be the one to go out and bring home the bacon, so to speak. So when you feel like you want to like be doing that for yourself, this person's almost like trying to talk you out of it in a way. Again, not from a conscious point of view, but it's because they want to take care of you. Not any ill-conceived kind of like reasons behind that. It's just they have this deep-seated reason to want to take care of you because you guys are a soulmate connection. So that's why. So maybe just lovingly explaining to this person that, yeah, I have bigger dreams than the little container you're wanting to keep me in. Again, they're not trying to do this from a place of trying to control you or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying here. But this is you. I mean, obviously we can censor that for you, but this is that high priestess energy. What I was picking up with you really wanting to tap more into your true authentic self, or your more spiritual side, and really let that light shine that we were talking about earlier. This is you just wanting to step into the role of who you know you're here to be, and the role you're here to play. And of course, when your life isn't aligning with what you know to be true on that soul level, that's when things feel just kind of blah or stuck, or just like they're not moving forward, or all the things you were saying about just feeling lost. It's because you're right there. You're right at the edge of being able to dive into something that you finally have those reins in your hands and you can guide your life. That's why you're feeling this more than ever right now, because something good is about to pop off for you. Let's find out what it is. I have a feeling it has to do with you bringing in some sort of income, maybe your career, could be a creative project, something you're really excited about working on. But this is the current energy of the world right now, and just what's going on in your mental stability, or your just mental capacity to hold any more craziness like this, what's going on in the world. So this is letting us know you're closing out this cycle of just mental chatter and just absolute overwhelm, like, wow, I can't take anymore. I need to move forward. And that's why this high priestess is really coming in hot to help you move through and navigate this old, because you're leaving this behind. This is not in your future. This is what you're leaving behind. So let's see an outcome, or whatever it is, this project, this career, whatever it is that you are working on. Yeah, again, you're working on those belief systems, because this is that mental cage, or this mental, kind of a lower octave devil card energy, where we think we're not worthy, we're not good enough, whatever. But I love this depiction of the Eight of Swords, because she's got a chicken here, which, chickens lay eggs. Eggs are fertile, opportunity, abundance. That's what I'm seeing. So you taking care of yourself, you really feeling into some of your belief systems, maybe lack mentality, thinking you're not good enough, you're not worthy. You're really examining these things so that you can step more into that more higher self role of who you are on this planet and what it is you're doing here. So I hope that resonated for you, Crystal. You're just leveling up, and when we kind of outgrow that old part of ourselves, it's like that snake shedding its skin. If we try to stay in that old energy, it's going to get real uncomfortable real quick. So you're ready to break out of that skin and go into something totally new energetically. And of course, for a while, it may look like things are kind of similar on the outside, but this fell out as I was putting everything back. And so did this one. Okay, yeah, this is reaffirming. You're overcoming this. You're replacing this with this. That's what I see there. Oh, yay, you're back, Claudia. Good. You can go ahead and post your question right now, and we'll get right into it. That's totally fine. Totally fine. But yeah, you are replacing that with this. This is that new golden opportunity. And again, there is financial abundance as a result of this. It's yours for the taking. All you need to do is jump up, reach up, and grab it, and pull it back down to you, and then plant that seed. Basically, this is a seed. So there's potential within this, but if you don't take action on it, it just remains a seed. But if you plant that seed, you water that seed, you nurture that seed, it'll grow into something. That's what I see. And maybe right now you're just like, well, I don't know what to grow. I don't know what opportunities. You'll know very soon. Those opportunities haven't quite presented themselves yet, because maybe you're still working through some old belief systems. And maybe just a word of advice for anyone listening, but you especially, Crystal, reading the book, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. I'll write it out here. The Four Agreements. And you can even find this book on YouTube as an audiobook for free. I know there are a lot of ads on that, but you can just listen to that. And that will help you kind of come out of that lack mentality or limiting beliefs about yourself. That'll really help. You're wanting to start an orchard or fruit orchard. That's so cool. Well, maybe you can take that literally and start planting some seeds, or planting some apple trees, or whatever fruit trees that you want. That's really cool. I love that. I hope that resonated for you, Crystal, and brought you some hope, because you're on the edge. You're right there. You're right there. You can almost see it from where you're at, is really what I see. So you can do it. I have faith in you. All right, Claudia, we are ready for your dear question. Go ahead and post that and we'll get right into it. And then after Claudia, if Olivia has returned, we'll get into Olivia's question. Otherwise, Samantha, you are on deck. And then Jordan Nicole, excuse me. So that will be our current lineup now. I'm going to go ahead and post it so we know. So why has there been so much chaos in my life these last few days, and what can I do about it? Let's find out. We are going to the Shaman's Dream Oracle for your question, Claudia. Why has there been so much chaos in Claudia's life lately? And what can she do about it? Yeah, we don't want to just know why. We want to know what we can do to fix it or change it or whatever. Wow. So this makes a lot of sense. There is a lot. Okay. I'm going to just see if I can bring it up on my phone. I should have taken a screenshot yesterday or the day before when the Shaman resonance, if you've heard of this, the Shaman resonance, here it is. It's already loaded because I used this for my pick a card yesterday. The Shaman resonance, see those white patches? That's not normal. This is kind of the status quo here, the blue and green here, especially the blue. Kind of more of this stuff right here where we're at right now. I should probably refresh that to get today's energy, but all those whiteouts, that is higher vibrational, higher dimensional energy coming in hot to assist this planet to raise the vibration. So that can really shake things up. It randomly played on your laptop. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Maybe there's some messages in there for you too as well, but that energy is anything that's not serving our highest good, anything that's a lower vibration in our life, habits, belief systems, these things are all coming up to be examined. Because we are repairing the veil. We are repairing this dimension and raising it up from a third dimensional consciousness to a fifth dimensional consciousness. And to be able to do that, we need to release that third dimensional thought patterns, cycles, loops that we all get stuck in, ways of being, ways of operating, ways of thinking. We're all offloading a lot of this stuff. But one of the best ways we can work through that is through forgiveness, forgiving ourselves, forgiving other people. Because I think most people, maybe not all people, but most people, they do the best they can in the moment. Think of maybe even an abusive parent or something. That abusive parent probably didn't just become abusive out of the blue. This abusive parent probably was abused themselves. So there is this factor of pain and fear and just that same trapped, scared child that person was is still in that person, but then they perpetuate that cycle to their children, and then their children will perpetuate it to their children until one person comes along in that family line and says, no more, I'm breaking the cycle. And I have a feeling that's what you're doing. It may not have to do with abuse, although it can, but in your instance, this to me feels more like a lack mentality or just not feeling very abundant in your life. And maybe you have picked up this line of thinking from your parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, other ancestors, and you are changing these belief systems and knowing, because that 45 adds up to a 9. That's at the end of a cycle. You're ready to leave behind what's no longer serving you, to step into who it is, the role you came to play as Claudia on this planet, and really step more into that version of your higher self. So let's get one more card of validation, but I think this is already really hitting it. Just to let you know, the last few days have been chaotic and crazy because it's really shaken up. It's almost like, you think you put some sand in a clear glass of really fresh water. And of course, as that sand goes to the bottom, it's going to kind of cloudy and muddy up the water a little bit. But then it all settles at the bottom and it looks like everything's great, right? So you go to take a drink of that water, but as you tip it, it stirs all that crap from the bottom back up, and then it muddies the water again. So the healing is basically coming in and removing all that sand and all that mud and yuckiness, so that when you do go to take a drink of that clear water, it remains clear. The more we heal, the more we feel, the more we release, the more we forgive. This is all going to bring up stuff from the past. So yes, when this high dimensional, high vibrational energy comes in, it stirs up all that yucky from the bottom. So then it feels like, wow, this high vibrational energy sucks. I hate it. No, it's not that energy that sucks. It's all the stuff we keep trying to put down to the bottom that sucks, that we just need to literally suck it all out of there, get it all out of there. And it's 11:44 right as I'm saying that. So that might be an additional message for you. But yeah, diving. I love this. I love that this card comes out as we're talking about, digging it all up from the bottom. Deep diver, diving into a task, and there's that water. Yeah, you're at the cycle. ready to start a new one. I love it. I love it so much. Always seen 444. Yet past trauma came up. When it comes to my security, my dad always got mad at my mom all of a sudden without a reason, and I never felt safe because of that. Oh yes. Oh yes. And I have seen, just in my own awareness, just at the baseball game last time, I was at my son's baseball game, and I had a couple that was sitting behind me. They had a son and a dog, and the father, the man, the husband, just snapped at the woman for no reason, and she's like, what did I do? I'm sorry. Like, just trying to like be quiet and have like a private conversation, and he's just like getting triggered for nothing because the dog and the kid were, hanging out, and the dog was chewing on a piece of stick, and he just got mad, and I could intuitively feel that what he was mad about had nothing to do with the dog, nothing to do with the stick, nothing to do with the child or the wife. It's just in that moment everything just came to a head, and he had to blow the top for just a moment. And I have a feeling that's probably a lot what your dad did, is his past trauma and wounds would come up at inopportune times, and he'd take it out on your mom, take it out on you. But maybe you are breaking that cycle. Maybe that's one of the big things you're doing to close that out. But you're diving deeper into a task. You're diving deeper into your own healing, your own forgiveness of your father, of all the things that have happened in the past. Forgiving even yourself for allowing your empowerment to go down when your father would act that way, and not feeling safe and feeling like you needed rescued in some way. Well, call on your higher self to come rescue you. That's who's going to rescue you. We kind of all have this savior complex or savior mentality, that we have some savior coming in to save us. But what we all need to realize is we need to save ourselves. And as a result of us putting that effort into saving ourselves, other people are going to start saving themselves, and then saving those who can't save themselves. It's kind of like a ripple effect. So that's basically what I'm getting for you. Also, we have something coming in from Kat. Thank you so much, Kat. We will get you on the list. But I hope that resonated for you, Claudia. So yeah, those kind of weird chaotic energies and everything, it's just the past, that sand on the bottom of the glass coming up to be sifted out. You're sifting it out of your clear, beautiful water. And it doesn't always look exciting and fun. It can be messy and dirty and emotional to clear out these past traumas, but it's essential for us to get into those higher vibrational states. So you're so welcome. Thanks again, Claudia, for your lovely donation. And dear Samantha, you are next, and then Jordan, and then Kat. And we still have Olivia, a holdover from earlier today. She's somewhere around here, I believe. Maybe she had to go. But we'll just shout out for her until I got to go. And then, of course, if at any point you guys do have to go or whatever, you can go or let us know you got to go. And I always will call out for you in future live streams, be it on Saturday's live or next Wednesday, whenever. We will call out for you if you've donated. So you always get your donation honored around here. All right. So Samantha wants to know, will my Aries husband come back to me and work things out before filing divorce? I'm a Sag. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Let's find out what's going on. All right, we're going to tap into first a tarot card or two, and then we're going to get some guidance from the romance angels as well. Okay, so we got the King of Pentacles coming in once again. Okay, so Aries, I know this is more earth sign energy, but maybe he is really dealing with a lot of third dimensional stuff, trying to create material abundance, or there's something going on at work where he's really stressed out. That's been kind of a theme with anytime I pull the King of Pentacles lately. It's a more, rather than for a lot of people feeling abundant, it kind of is more of a stress. Okay, I can see this. I can see all of this now. But with this Eight of Swords, to me, this feels like you really worrying. Will he come back? Will he not? Is he going to file? Is he not? Like going back and forth, maybe being up late at night, really worrying and focusing on everything that's gone wrong rather than focusing, because, normally in the normal depiction of this card, she's kind of in a cage of swords with a blindfold and some chains on, but all she's got to do is shake those chains off, remove the blindfold, and just step right between those swords to get out of the mental prison she's put herself in. And I see you being able to do much the same, just stepping out of all of the negative thoughts, the negative, just how could he do this? Just stepping yourself out of this and trying to find the deeper lesson involved. because here on this depiction, we've got that chicken, which to me represents, you know, it lays that egg, that fertility, that abundance that you want to create, and bringing things back to balance. Again, there's the temperance card. So I do have a feeling, a temperance to me is very similar energy to the judgment card, but here's where it has the difference is it's got a like a higher sight, like a more spiritual sight to it. So what I do see is you there is a timeline available where you guys can see eye to eye. You will be able to work through the issues and have you guys come back to union. But there also is a very equal timeline where you can just completely separate and go your separate ways. It's about a 50-50 split, what I'm seeing here. So you have potential to do one or the other. And I do feel that ultimately you will be the one, by just changing and shifting to a more positive focus, positive mindset. You can be the one to kind of tip the balance of, do we get back together, or do we completely separate for good? You will kind of be the deciding factor on that. Even though he seems like he's the one in control, like, is he going to file? Is he not? It's almost like you thinking about or not thinking about certain things is what's kind of going to manifest in your life. So the more balanced, the more higher and spiritual perspective you can have about this connection, the more it's going to tip into your favor. And to me, because it's like he's not up taking action, he's just sitting there thinking about it. And that's what I think your husband is still in that energy of. He still doesn't know what he's going to do, file or not. He's still, I think, more of his energy, because if more of his energy was let's file, he'd have done it by now. The fact he hasn't done it yet, there's more of his energy still tipped in the scale or the balance of, I don't want to end this. So that's mostly what I'm picking up so far. But let's go to Romance Angels for some further clarification, or any words of advice, any guidance, any outcome. Yeah. So this is a soulmate connection. That's why you probably were attracted to each other to begin with, and why things are still connected. But again, we've got many soulmates in our lives and throughout our lives, and not all soulmates are meant to be in our lives forever. But I am picking up this is a more long-term soulmate connection between the two of you. On the back of the deck, we have stay optimistic about your love life, positive thinking, and faith will bring you romance. So it's that positive thinking, moving out of this, I did this wrong, and being a victim or blaming, being either the judge or the victim of the situation can really take you out of your own power. But Spirit wants to offer you your own power back. And once again, that book, The 4 Agreements, I will write it out again, would be very beneficial for you to read, because there's beautiful guidance and insight in that book that you can really overcome this line of thinking, or thinking that you're not enough, or you're the problem, or whatever the things you may be thinking. Oh gosh, it's so hard, but I'll try so hard. Yeah. But reading that book might bring you some clarity and some peace to realize you have more power in your life than you think. But on the back of the deck here, we very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So this might be you sitting down and getting a piece of paper and a pen and really writing out all your worst fears surrounding if this does happen, and all of your greatest hopes that if this does not happen. Writing all of these things out will get them out of that head, get them out of that mental prison that you have, so that you can have a clear head and really feel into what's real. Because a lot of the thoughts we have are just our own fear popping in to play games, and it's not even real. So writing these things out, maybe reading that book. You can even look it up here on YouTube. It is a free audio book here on YouTube. It's about an hour and minutes long. I guess there are a lot of ads. I haven't actually personally watched it, but my mom said there were a lot of ads when she listened to it. Oh, you're so welcome. I really do see that I'm getting chills now. So I do see that Spirit and your own higher self and your husband's higher self, that you're really rooting for each other to work this thing out. And I do see that you have more opportunity to actually work this out than to have it crash and burn. It's really what I see, at least in this current energy. Because he's just kind of sitting and waiting and seeing and waiting. He's not making any moves down to the divorce lawyer right now, at least in this current moment. And before now, he has not done that yet. So maybe you just, Spirit's almost showing me just you, working on your own belief systems, your own thought patterns, your own lack mentality, thinking you're not good enough, thinking, oh no, what am I going to do if? getting back to that self-love, self-care, that's going to bring you out of this hole that maybe you have dug for yourself, or that both you and your husband have dug for each other. You're bringing yourself out. Let's get a self-care message. This could be a message for you to know what you can do to really take care of yourself through this hard time. Okay, we have here, oh, I love this. Look into the stars. So we've got here the number 31, which adds up to a 4. So you do have support from your own birth chart. I don't know if you know much about astrology or your own birth chart, but looking into your own birth chart could give you the answers, because Spirit's now showing me there is a major transit going on in your birth chart that is affecting your relationship, possibly your 7th house or your 7th house ruler. Do you know your ascendant, Samantha? Your rising sign? Because the one directly opposite would be your 7th house sign. Let me know, because I could bring you some further guidance and let you know at least from what I know astrologically, what could be going on, or what could be triggering this shakeup in your 7th house, and even possibly your 8th house or your 6th house, because 6th house would be the end of the 7th house, or the 12th house from the 7th house. 6th house thing going on. So you think Aries is your 7th house. Okay. So that would make you a Libra ascendant. So your 6th house would be Venus, not Venus, Pisces. But Venus is currently in, I think it's, at least in Vedic astrology, it's starting to go into Taurus, I do believe. I don't know, Mercury. So Mercury would be about Gemini, would be 9th house. But again, I don't know if you're going off Western or Vedic astrology. I follow more Vedic astrology, but maybe you just looking into the transits of something that could possibly be going on in your 7th house, your 6th house, or even wherever your planet Mars is, because Mars would rule Aries. So Aries would be your 7th house. Wherever Mars is in your personal birth chart, I mean, say Mars is in Aquarius, just as an example. I'm not saying that's what it is, but if Mars is in Aquarius, we've currently got Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius in Western astrology. So that could be what's shaking it all up there. But looking into that will bring you some answers. I want to get one more self-care message for you, Samantha, before we close this out. So drink tea here. So to me, this is a very relaxing practice. Maybe meditation, drinking tea, doing maybe even some sort of herbal detox, whatever resonates for you, to really clear your energy. That could really help put you in a better mind space or mind state. So I hope that resonated for you, brought you some clarity and guidance surrounding your situation. And my heart goes out to you. I really do hope you can work this out. But at least in the current timeline, he has taken no actual action. I think it's mostly been a threat at this point that he's filing. I don't see that he's actually even done it or even consulted about doing it yet. So, doing whatever your intuition is guiding you as far as communication with him. But as far as you, this is really getting in touch with your own inner self, your own higher self. Reading that book or listening to that audiobook of the 4 Agreements, and just really checking in with those mental thought patterns, because that will shape your reality. If you're stressed out all the time and keep thinking the worst, you could manifest that. So trying to hope and wish and think of the best outcome will really bring it closer to you. All right. Thanks again for your lovely donation, Samantha. And we're all wishing you so much love and peace. All right. Sandy donated. Thank you so much, Sandy. We will get you on the list too, my dear. So Jordan, Nicole, you are up. And then after that, I just deleted the rest of my list. So let me repaste that. Let me repaste my list and get Sandy added. So we will take Samantha off. We did hers. So Nicole, I keep saying Nicole, Jordan, Nicole, you are next, my friend. And then just Sandy is rounding out the end of my list here. And I think that will be about all I have time for. I do have a private reading I have scheduled in about an hour from now. So I do have to go at some point. So I can make sure I make that, and maybe hopefully make myself a little bit of lunch before I have to do that. So here we are. So let me go back. Oh, I got you on my list, Kat. I just, Jordan Nicole will be next, and then Kat, and then Sandy's kind of rounding out the end of our list there. So Jordan Nicole wants to know, why is Davion Pisces confused with his feelings about me? I told him I liked him, and I texted him, but he didn't respond. He just always pulls back, and I don't understand. Yeah, I definitely see that's something more on him than on you. Something he's struggling to go through. Maybe he's got some commitment issues, or it's really hard for him to be vulnerable. But let's just see why is he so confused about his feelings for Jordan? Why is Davion so confused about his feelings for Jordan? Wow. Yeah. So it says here, religious factors. Your love life is being influenced or is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. But I'm even expanding this just into his own, feeling to be vulnerable. So especially if you're someone who considers yourself more spiritual than he does, this just could be why. Vibrationally, it just might not be a match as far as your ultimate happiness and future with someone who won't open up to you. Because I think he, just from a very early age in childhood, it was really hard for him to speak up when he had a problem, had an issue. So a lot of times he would just kind of ghost, or he'd go disappear into his bedroom and hide from his parents or his mom, especially. And just like his mom's like, well, what's wrong with you? And he would never say. And a lot of times I think his parents would, or whichever parent was present, would say, basically without saying it, but in a roundabout way, they would say to him, what you have to say doesn't even matter anyway. Not to say his parents weren't loving and had their moments. I'm sure they did. But to me, it's just like he just felt like he couldn't speak up, or it wasn't safe for him to tell people how he really felt. So it's really hard for him, even as an adult, to do that. We were on the phone talking, but he knows I like him and he likes me, but he won't say. Yeah, it's hard for him because then there's a risk. If he admits he likes you, then the risk is open. The cat is out of the bag and he's no longer in control. And it's not like he's trying to control you or anyone else. He just wants to be able to control himself and how others view him and how his world goes. And if he feels out of control by being vulnerable and letting someone know, basically he's like playing cards real close to his chest. But if he shows someone his cards, it's like he feels like all his power has leaked out of him, which is so not true. It's just the mind state that he is currently in. But I think he is worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So maybe there is something coming up where he's going to have a change of heart, or realize that if he doesn't open up at least a little, then he's going to lose you. Because I know, I do feel just like you do. I do feel he likes you. It's just a matter of him giving up his vulnerability to be able to admit that to you. Wow, we're going to pull two from this one. So we got one more wants to come out. Here it is. Okay, so we have the warmth card, and we have wants and needs. So I'm just going to read. There's a little fuzzy on that. So it says, with warmth, I focus on warmth and let it guide all my interactions. No matter how others behave, I choose to respond warmly. With warmth, I can melt any icy exterior, and that's exactly what I see him. He's playing those cards close to the chest. He doesn't want to show any emotional vulnerability. So your warmth can really melt that icy exterior. I can soften any hard feelings. I can microwave any pizza today. I adopt the saying, kill him with kindness, and turn myself into warm and loving serial killer. These are such funny cards. Yeah, I asked him to go out with me, and he didn't respond. It kind of hurt. Yeah. Then we've got wants and needs. So I take stock of my relationships, and I'm honest about what I want and need from the people in my life. I note the difference between the two. Wants are negotiable, needs are not. Both may be desired and either may be acquired, but that's getting into Venn diagram territory, and no one wants to draw one of those. So I am seeing that you, not only do you want him to open up, but you actually need him to open up, because communication is a big part of a relationship. And if he's not even going to respond, yes, I like you, no, I don't like you, to him, I mean, really though, him not saying anything in that moment is still a response, whether he knows it or not. He's giving up part of his, it's like those cards that are close, he's showing you his cards by not responding in that moment. And yeah, that would absolutely hurt. And I think you need and deserve somebody who will open up. So time will tell if he will start to open up a little more. I think he will. But you need to use your own intuition, your own discretion. If it's just taking too long, like we're saying a year from now, if he's still acting like this, there's probably a better person, a better energy out there for you, someone you don't have to like pull teeth with just to get a response. It's not fair to you. You deserve someone who will be very forthcoming and loving with their vulnerable interactions with you. Especially, I mean, I can see someone clamming up like that if there's no one else around, or if there's a bunch of people around. But the fact you were on the phone, he was probably alone, or, you know, not near a bunch of other people. So that should have been the perfect place for him to be vulnerable. So I think he is just really taking a lot of his own childhood wounds and stuff out on you. Time will tell if you want to put up with this for a long time, or if he's going to come out of that. Who knows? But here it says you and your loved ones are safe, and putting that with worth waiting for. No matter what you decide to do, you're going to be safe. I don't see that he's a bad guy. I just think it's really going to be hard for him, or almost like pulling teeth for you to get any kind of emotional response out of him, because he feels like that's a weakness. If you are showing your emotions, you're showing your weakness. You're playing all your cards, and he wants to keep those cards close to his chest. We have here, hold your vision. So hold on to that hope, hold on to that just prayers and hope and love that he will open up and start coming out of his shell and really showing you. And shell, I said shell, and look, we've got crab here, Cancer. So probably around Cancer season, which I think in Western astrology starts in June and goes into July, around that time frame, you may start to see him open up a little more. But I would say, Jordan, if by June going into July, he's still playing those cards real close, I would say maybe the wait is over and it's time to move on from him. Because if he's not gonna, you know, over these next months or so, start opening up, then he's not going to in the long run. I mean, is it worth you trying to pull those teeth all the time to try to get him to even talk to you? I would say it probably isn't. But again, I don't know how much you like him to where I don't know if this is a want or a need for you. So you're going to have to use your own intuition, own discretion. But I would say if he's still denying his feelings for you, or just not responding to your feelings for him by mid-June going into July, then I would say maybe move on from him. But again, using your own intuition, your own discretion will be key in this connection. All right, so I hope that answered your question. It's crazy because, oh wait, I asked him out. Oh, you said that. It's crazy because we talked about his past and exes, but with me, it's difficult and different. Yeah, and he just may not be ready to open up. I say maybe probably some of his relationships did end because his girlfriends got sick and tired of trying to feel out where he was or what he felt for them, and they just gave up and were like, okay, bye, Felicia. And of course, we all have one side of the story. I mean, there's her side, there's his side, and then there's the truth somewhere in the middle. So even if he's painted his exes out to be total monsters, I don't really feel that's the case. I think they just wanted that vulnerability and that love and that care, and they just didn't get it, and that's why they ultimately decided to walk away. And you may be in for that if you decide to make a future with him. Just using your intuition. If having a loving, caring, expressive mate is something you want, then I would say he's probably not your guy long term, because he will not be able to provide you with that emotional, like, I'm just seeing like what you ultimately want in a relationship is someone to like emotionally cover you with their like emotional loving blanket. And with him, you're going to get like a little scrap of fabric, and it's just not going to be enough for your ultimate happiness and what you deserve in love. It's not going to be enough long term. So even if you do, stick it out and pull it out and try to make this work, you're the one doing all the work, and he's just kind of once in a while throwing you a bone or a scrap, and it's just not going to be enough for your long-term fulfillment in the long term. I really, I don't want to say forget him and all that, but at the very least in this now moment, he's just not ready or willing to come out of that shell quite yet. Oh, you're so welcome, and my heart goes out to you. I hope he can start coming out of that shell, but I mean, I'm just seeing this as long-term things he's been doing and struggling with since he was a child. So it just might take a long time. But if you're willing to put in the work, then that you might see some payoff. All right, Cat 111, you are next, my friend. So go ahead and post your question, and then just Sandy, and then Olivia, if she comes back, we will get into that for her as well. Otherwise, I think that's going to be the end. I'm going to go ahead and delete my donation at the top there, unpin that. Because I do have a private appointment in about 50 minutes that I have to get to. Private Zoom reading, and I don't want to be late for that. But I think we can knock out the next 3 if Olivia comes back, no problem. All right, so Kat wanted a live reading. I'm currently single. A love reading, I think you mean? Okay, so let's get a love reading for Kat. Anything that wants to come out? Whoa, that's too many, but we do have 2 that came out by themselves, and then 1 off the top of that. Okay, so for this next person, you are being asked basically to trust your own intuition, that you are being directed to someone who is a true love match for you. This is the romance of a lifetime. So I think the very next person that comes your way is going to be a soulmate connection, somebody who you feel so at home with, so at peace with. And also we've got worth waiting for here. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So when this card comes out, usually there's a timeline or a time frame attached that's maybe slightly longer than we're hoping. So if you were hoping to meet this person or get with this person tomorrow, it might be closer to next week. Like, time's weird anyway. But I am seeing that the timeline of you wanting to attract a mate and then have everything go off without a hitch is just going to be a little longer than you're hoping for. So maybe just having a little bit of patience is going to be key. But let's see if we can tap into the energy of this future love. Maybe your relationship together, their sign, whatever wants to come out. We have your Page of Cups. So this person may be slightly younger than you. If they are actually older than you, then I'm talking maybe more on a soul level. They're maybe a younger soul than you, maybe slightly more immature than you. But they are someone who is very lovely in their energy, probably very creative, somebody who it's not afraid for them to, kind of the opposite of what we were having with Jordan's question. This person's not afraid to shower you with gifts, shower you with love, show you that you mean the world to them. And maybe they tell all their friends, or maybe you're in a group of people all hanging out and this person's like, I love Kat. They're not afraid, even in front of other people, to show how they feel about you. They may even be a water sign. That could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or prominent placements within those signs in the chart. And also we have Page of Pentacles. Yes, there's definitely a younger energy coming in here. So 2 pages. So Page of Pentacles, so this is the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn as well. Prominent placement, Sun, Moon, Rising. And I am really seeing here that they probably have an earth sign that is the sun, and then their moon sign is most likely, okay, they're showing me that the sun sign is either Virgo or Taurus, like those are the 2 most prominent ones sticking out, and then that moon sign is probably a Pisces. Those are what's really standing out really to me. So I think it'd be cool if, down the road you came back and were like, yay, it was this person, and they have this and they have that. But that's just really what's standing out. But with this Page of Pentacles, this person you may even meet them. They may be new at your job, or you may start working where they work, but they come into this place or location after you. So this may be some place you frequent all the time. It could be your work, could be somewhere you hang out, and then they just randomly start coming there or showing up there. That's the vibe I'm getting with that as well. And also we have here 6 of Cups. So this is interesting. We were picking up on that younger energy, and then the 6 of Cups is all about childhood or nostalgia. So you may have known this person as a child. You may just have lost contact with them and then come back into contact with them. So they could be a year or 2 younger than you. Maybe even grew up around each other. But if this doesn't resonate in this life, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that it's been someone I knew from this life. It could be just past life energy. You knew each other in past life. That's really the vibe I'm getting with that. But yet another Cups energy, water energy. That's the Cancer, the Scorpio, and the Pisces. Let's get some information about this person's personality. All right, we've got the God card and we've got the Fool card. And there, yet again, is a young energy. All of these are very young energies. Look at this. all very young energies. So this person probably is very in tune with their inner child. They probably love to play with children or just like be in the energy of children. They probably want their own children because they just have so much fun in that lighthearted energy. But with this Fool card here, it says fearlessly revealing emotion. Like I was saying, yes, this person's just, I love cat. Like they're not afraid to shout from the rooftops. It's beautiful. Helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. So this person is very carefree, very lighthearted, probably even had dreams or aspirations as a young person to become a stand-up comedian, or they're just so funny. They're so quick-witted with their thoughts, with their jokes. They're just so fun to be around. Your sides hurt, your face hurts from laughing with this person. But yet at the same time, to balance all that out with this God card, they're someone who, with the light attributes here, it says benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. And I think that's why they really do love children or just want to be around children. They may even teach children or work with children at their job in some capacity as well. But they just see that like divine nature of children, and they just wish that the world could all be more like the beautiful children of the world, and they want their own children. I'm seeing that over and over and over again. So I hope that resonated for you, Kat. Beautiful energy. This person is so much fun. You're going to have so much fun with this person. You're probably going to get some major abs going from laughing at this person all the time. But this person, they're just so lighthearted and fun. And they may not have had the best childhood growing up either, but they've not let the problems or the trials and tribulations they've been through, they've not let that held them back. They have actually used that to their benefit, to actually like use it as almost a trampoline. Instead of hitting that rock bottom and it's just like a hard surface, it feels to me like boom, trampoline, jumping right up. I'm very similar to the characteristics you mentioned. Okay, it's interesting you mentioned that, because in my Who Will I Marry Pick a Card readings over on my other channel, a lot of people are saying that. And when that happens, that's probably because this is a soulmate connection or even a twin flame connection. And a lot of times I'm getting major chills now when I said twin flame. So this probably is a twin flame. Even if you felt you've already met your twin flame or something like that, you may come to find out the person you thought was your twin flame was actually a false twin. And the person that's coming in for you to be with long term is actually your twin flame. Wow, that's so interesting. But beautiful reading, and I hope that resonated for you. All right, so up next, we've got Just Sandy, my dear. And Olivia, if Olivia comes back. So Sandy, go ahead and let us know. Do you just want a general, or if you had something specific in mind? I agree with the false twin. Yeah. And a lot of times when we do have an actual twin flame incarnated, a lot of times we may go through a false twin or 2 or 3 or 4 before we find that actual twin. And then when we do meet that twin, and I know the false twins, a lot of people are like, I just knew this person was my twin until I knew they weren't. But that still really does resonate. The false twins that you have had are still very deep and closely connected soulmate connections as well. But yeah, as far as when you meet this person, I think it's just going to be a knowing beyond any other false twin situation you have had, that you're like, wow, no, this is the twin flame. Here we are. Let's trigger each other into happiness, peace, abundance, and growth. And hopefully not all the running and chasing. But if you guys can, with that God card, it does feel like there is a lot of spiritual growth and evolution that this person has taken on. So you may not have that problem with the runner-chaser dynamic. You may just be able to come together and be a more fully operated twin pair than a lot of people are. Because a lot of people just aren't ready for that energy. All right, so Just Sandy, anything Spirit has for you, my dear? Let's find out. Queen of the Moon Oracle for you. Anything coming in for Sandy? Whoa, we got something coming in for Sandy. There's 4 cards here, I think. Maybe 5. 4. Okay. Wow. Okay. So we have here surrender with the number 26. So this is about taking action. So I know the action is here, but this is a very inactive card. Surrendering is just the act of surrendering, and then there's nothing you need to do further than that, than just surrender. So it almost kind of, the 8 here flies in the face of this, but what I'm seeing this is you taking action to do nothing for a moment, for a hot minute. Allow yourself to surrender, especially if things have been really hard or heavy for you lately. Surrender that, okay, it is what it is. I can't change this situation, but I'm going to surrender to it. And once you kind of hit that space of surrender, it's like Spirit's going to give you little downloads or thoughts about ways you can actually change or shift yourself out of that heavier energy or heavier situation. We also have here, interesting with that 8, which is all about action, that's that divine masculine energy. We've also got here the masculine coming in hot again, but also with the number 42, which adds up to 6, which is more that feminine energy. So it's almost like the masculine energy is being balanced or counterbalanced by that beautiful feminine number of 6, of stability, of balance, of love and peace and unconditional love. So to me, this really does feel like your masculine side of needing to push forward and create things and go, do, is asking for a little bit of balance in just being and just really feeling into that more feminine side of yourself to just feel that creation that is being birthed within you. Whether this is something you're wanting to create or something, they're showing me something around your home that you're wanting to change, maybe rearranging or shifting one room to another room or something. I don't know what they're trying to show me with that, or maybe you've thought about moving. There's something shifting energy or shifting items and from one location in your home to another. So I don't know if you've been packing things up to store them or wanting to switch one room with another room or something like that is kind of what they're showing me. But this, you could take that what they're showing me. I'm not sure if they're meaning that literally or more energetically. Or both. I mean, it could be both. Maybe you just use shifting and cleaning up and clearing out certain things and items within the home can help make the energy flow better so that you can shift that as well. Wow, I love this too. So we've also got the number 39, creation, and there's blueprints. So it's almost like you're planning for something. To me, this feels like laying plans for some future thing that you're really excited about coming up. With the number 39 there, that adds up to 12, which adds up to 3, which is all about creativity and creation, which it is the creation card. So it's a very fitting number for this card. So creating also stability in your life or wanting to collaborate with other people. 3 is that number of collaboration, and 3 is also a number about like a mini completion, accomplishing maybe part of a goal, but not the full goal, but you're hitting kind of a milestone along a goal. And then also with the number 28, which adds up to 10, which is a new beginning of peace. So there is much more peace coming into your life, especially if you've kind of felt that overwhelm. This surrender card will come out when someone's feeling really stressed out, really overwhelmed, even in that mental chatter or that kind of 8 of Swords energy of mental, just like kind of almost devil energy of, your mind saying you're not good enough, lack mentality, other people hate you, all the things our mind can say that aren't true. But you're surrendering all of this because this is what's coming in hot, is some peace, some actual peace and quiet, maybe even taking a day out in nature or taking a vacation. You would definitely benefit from a vacation is what Spirit's showing me. Speaking of vacations, let's go over to the Sacred Traveler deck and see if there's any additional message for dear Sandy. All right. And you're so welcome, Kat. Absolutely. All right, Sandy. Ooh, we got this one and then the top of this stack. Let's find out what we got here. We've got grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. So just being really grateful for those good things, good people, good experiences that are going on in your life. And a really good way to tap into that gratitude is to be able to take a vacation or some sort of break from work, do. Taking a break, getting out in nature and just feeling that gratitude and just feeling that just God energy or that source energy just moving through you. It's really beautiful. But also embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. So there's 2 cards here about happiness. Coming after that peace card you had from the Queen of the Moon, this is letting me know there is some transformation, especially surrounding that belief system or that mental chatter of just yucky negative thoughts. You're transmuting that or transforming that into something that's actually going to bring you a lot of joy and a lot of happiness and a lot of comfort and peace as well. But I think you're going to have to be the one to make sure you're taking action in a more peaceful direction, because you're the one, Spirit's showing me Sandy's the one in charge of her own schedule. So she's going to have to schedule just some downtime or just some vacation time. And on the back of the deck here, we've got cleansing waters. Purification activates a vibrant life force. That's the word I was looking for. Just feeling that life force move through you. You need that. You just need a respite, a timeout, a hot minute to just feel yourself, feel your place in the world. Just be rather than do. Just allow yourself some time to be rather than do is like probably the main takeaway from this whole thing today for you. Just allow yourself some peace and quiet and doing nothing, just being for a little while, I think is so important for you, Sandy. So I hope that resonated, my dear. Oh, one more wants to come out. Fogged in. Go slow, take time. Yeah. Especially if you're trying to push something forward, taking action in all these directions. Make sure you're taking some time out first to just be yourself and just be, and then take action and go slow and don't force anything, because now is not the time to try to force a bunch of stuff. And then on the back of the deck, empaths. So reflect and redirect your energy. Absolutely. Because if you keep going and trying to push forward and do and really be in that masculine do energy, you will hit that brick wall and it won't be pretty, especially health-wise. So they really want you to take time. Look at that. Lie back, take a rest, and relax. That is their main takeaway. Be for a while. Don't do all the time. Because I know some recent readings we did for you, Sandy, where there was so much good stuff coming, and there still is, but you still just need that time out. Clear the past, heal the present. Yeah, look at that rejuvenating rain. So maybe even if this sounds very childish, but maybe if you do see that it's raining, just go outside in that rain, even if it's for 30 seconds, and just let that rain hit your face and let it recharge and rejuvenate your energy. So I hope that resonated. Dear Sandy, and on the back of this deck, it says the unexpected. So I think if you do this stuff and to kind of take a little bit of a break, here's spiritual number 43 adds up to 7. You're getting the unexpected. You're going to get an unexpected gift or surprise just by following Spirit's guidance to take a bit of a break, because you're a human being, not a human doing, right? Oh, you needed that. Well, I'm glad I could help in any way possible. Dear Olivia, I'm going to call out for you one more time. Otherwise, we are going to be wrapping up. I can probably take one free question. So if you are here for a free question, now would be your time to go ahead and post that while I just do one last shout out for Olivia, and I will do a one card read for whoever Spirit decides will get the question answered. So yes, go ahead and post your question and just post it one time. That should be plenty. I'm going to give everybody else a moment. I mean, not everybody else. There's like 5 people here. I might just get Shreya's question, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. So how does Sagittarius feel about me? No contact. Okay. Let's see what we have. We're going to go to the Love and Relationship Affirmators deck. How does Y feel about Shreya? Here it is. We've got here depth. There's a little onion wearing a wig. Okay, so it says, as new people show up in my life, I look for all the weird, wonderful, complex layers below the surface. I can't be surprised by someone's depth of character unless I'm willing to peel back the outer layers and go a little deeper. It's like the brand new saying goes, don't judge an onion by its haircut. So really what I'm feeling with this is he has very deep feelings, but he's really going through some of his own stuff. But I do feel there is depth there. There is more than just a surface. And there just have been some words exchanged or something that happened between the two of you that's still just not sitting right with him. It could have even been something he said or did to you that he's very ashamed that he actually went there or said that or did that. It could have been as simple as just kind of ghosting you or just not contacting you back when he knew he should have. But again, it's not anything you did specifically. It's just stuff he's got going on in his own mental prison, within his own life. Maybe he's got a lot of family stuff coming up. Let's just get one more from the Love and Relationship deck, because I feel there's additional message that needs to come through and I'm not grabbing it. Okay. So this is speaking of your current energy of separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So I do feel you guys will be even separated for a little while longer, if not in through July, maybe even into August. Let's see if we can tap into the energy after August. August 2021 energy between Shreya and the Sag. Why? Okay, wow. So we have here children. Your love life is being affected by children. So either there's children around why, or there's children around you that are affecting your love life. This could even be your own inner children, or something has triggered his own inner child. And again, with all that depth going on with him, I wouldn't be surprised that he's really doing some healing from some old wounds from his childhood that maybe he just doesn't have time for love right now. But after August, I think, is your better bet to be able to reach back out to him if it's at all possible, or maybe you'll run into him if you're in the same town. Because on the back of the deck, we do have honeymoon, which is a very positive card. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So maybe after August, he will have, kind of gotten right with himself, gotten right with his inner child, and kind of worked through the issues he's struggling with or the things he's said or done. And then he will probably at that point reach back out to you to see, hey, what's up? And maybe you guys can start over at that point. But my advice to you in the meantime, Shreya, would just be to work on yourself, heal yourself, take care of yourself, and love yourself, because all of that self-love and healing, even if you don't end up getting back together with why, all of that self-love and healing you've done is really going to put you in a beautiful place for a relationship with anybody coming up. Because you are one half of every relationship you're in, whether that's with why, or another lover, or a parent, or a child, or a friend. You are one half of every relationship you're in. So being your best self, your best version, is the best bet in every relationship. So really working on yourself, doing self-care, getting out in nature, connecting to your spiritual practice. These are all going to be ways you can really tap into your authentic self and really be able to put your best foot forward in every relationship that you're in. So I hope that resonated for you, Shreya. And I hope I'm not mispronouncing your name. If I am, I apologize. But thanks for coming and hanging out with us today. I'll do so. Awesome. You're hopeful. I'm glad. Yeah. Just take the time to really love you and work on you. And that is my best advice. And you may even find out if nothing happens before August, that you're just over him and ready for someone totally new. I mean, you never know what's up ahead. So I hope that resonated. All right, everybody. I think that's all I'm going to have time for, unless Olivia Magali is back. Otherwise, I need to go get some quick lunch and get ready for my private reading over on Zoom. So I love you guys. It was so much fun hanging out. I'm glad we got to hang out for 2.5 hours together. Remember, Dr. Lupo is going live over on his channel. I will post the link for that one more time. He will not be live, though, until 8 p.m. Eastern tonight, or 6 p.m. Mountain Time tonight. But he does have a special guest, or at least that was the plan as of yesterday, to have Julie, the medium psychic, over on his channel. So you're getting a 3-for-1 read over on his channel. You will have a medium, a psychic, and a crystal tarot lithomancy practitioner person. You'll have 3 people for the price of 1 reading over there tonight. So go check that out at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Time this evening. At least that was the game plan as far as yesterday was concerned. So hopefully he's still going live tonight. So I will see you guys later. And also tomorrow on my channel, my other channel, the main channel, the link for that is the first thing linked in the description below. I have a new pick a card going live at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. And for the life of me, I can't remember. I think it's an urgent message you need to know. Or is it what's going to happen in the next one? Yeah, it's an urgent message for you from Spirit. Going live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Again, that will be going live on my main channel. Link for that is the first thing linked in the description. But in the meantime, if you had other questions or concerns, you can always check out my main channel for hundreds of pick-a-cards over there. And I also have a long list of 27 intuition exercises or intuition tests where you can test your intuition if you want some practice doing that. You can find all of that over on my main channel, The Done Creative. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. And thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribe. subscribes and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see all of you right here back at the Done Creative and also over on my main channel, The Done Creative. This is The Done Creative Live. That's The Done Creative. I get mixed up. But I love you guys, and I'll check you later. Bye.